see us. They can hear us. Let's not talk about what we just talked about.
Hello, everyone. Hey, we are back once more. Session, what number are we on? 48. 48 of the Heist campaign. Season 2. We're still technically in 1, but we'll separate it. This will be the end of Season 2 once this is all done. But yeah.
Yeah, you said 3 sessions. It's more like 3 seasons.
Yeah, almost 3 years. 3 years, too. So, I had the number right.
Wrong on every other metric. Every other
yeah, sure.
But
I'll give you that one, I guess.
But yeah, we are here 45 sessions past what I originally predicted in session 1. But yeah, this is not disaster, just a bunch of idiot friends still getting together online to play D&D. My name is Brian Creevy. I am the DM, the Disaster Master here. And yeah, I want to get right into this because I want to see how far we can get tonight. So let's just get right into it with the tech paladin, I think, on this side. Why don't you introduce yourself?
I'm not looking up, so I have no clue. Hi. Hi, I'm Conlon. I play Rainn in this campaign. I'm tired and have had to drive to Naugatuck twice in 2 days. Yay. I don't like driving to Naugatuck.
Tired seems like it's the state of being right now.
I'm actually not tired. I'm just, like, spent. Like, I have energy, but I don't want to do anything. I'm very awake, but I would like to just lie somewhere and stare at the ceiling for, like, 6 hours.
Hey, now you can just space out in this fictional fantasy world.
That's what I'm playing with will help me do.
That's what I did last session, and everybody stared at me.
Well, that's a nice intro over to there. We got the note taker of the group, the lovable monk.
Hi. I'm playing Andy. He's a tabaxi monk rogue. He's visiting the fam, you know.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. What the fuck are you into?
How was your night?
Didn't instead of walking in, you broke into your bedroom, and now they're confused?
Well, didn't have to really break into the...
Oh, yeah, there's no wall.
Kind of just crawled in.
Yeah. It's something that he's done a lot, also. There's no way... He has a climbing speed. He was doing that shit before he turned into a cat. It's just easier now.
Yeah.
That was like the first thing you realized as you reincarnated into a tabaxi. Oh my god, it's so much easier to climb now. I have claws.
Yeah.
I don't look clumsy as fuck trying to crawl into my window.
Andy was meant to be a tabaxi. It was like...
You had to die to become your true self.
Yeah, it's like, this is great. I love this shit. It's like, if he ever has to be reincarnated, he's going to be really bummed out if he's not a cat again.
The odds are very low, but...
I know!
Alright, well, moving over to the next below me, we have the chaos blowing in on the wind. We have Callum, the majestic beard himself.
What's up? Sorry,
how's that coffee, Callum?
Oh, that's good.
Good. We need all that energy tonight.
I am.
Well, who's your character again, Callum?
Playing Alien, the pirate dude.
Which I love that you actually made the mini version of Alien, so you can put that as your image now. Like, I got used to the Cthulhu, but it's cool seeing Alien's image there on your screen.
Yeah, I think it turned out pretty good.
Oh yeah, did you buy that mini?
It's not a mini.
No, it's not a mini. It's AI art.
Oh, okay. I thought you made a mini of it too.
Oh, no, that one I just took screenshots of.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, hey, he's definitely one of your best characters. But
I got a real soft spot for Naresh. I'm sorry.
I know. Naresh will also always be the first character I had roll for a campaign I was doing, and he rolled ridiculous stats. like the best stats I've ever seen of a starting character, and I was like, well, he's gonna be fun.
Yeah, 216s, 215s, and 218s.
Yep. But last out of the group, we got Zista City's resident vigilante himself. We got Andrew.
What up, guys? I'm Andrew. I play Delson Mardathas, aka the Shadow, Sister City's resident vigilante. And yeah, hopefully we can wrap this shit up because it's been 3 years.
It's been 3 years. He has a wizard he wants to play.
No,
No, I
sitting
want.
on Oliver for 3 years.
I feel
At this
so
point-
bad.
I love to be a
Brian-
monk. I could be a monk forever.
At this point, it's almost 4. Give it a few months, and it will be 4 years.
No, that's not how long we're supposed to keep playing. Unless we find another fucking task somehow.
Brian, I rolled that character in February of 2020. It's been almost 4 years.
Surprisingly, though, because of Rainn's connection to Oliver, we've gotten more background for Oliver in these 4 years. we've built some of backstory for him, but yeah, no.
Yeah,
it's
we now
about
know who his
time.
ex-girlfriend is.
Listen, everybody's dated Rainn, okay?
All right, well, this is Nat Disaster here, and yeah, I don't have any other announcements. Is there anything that anybody wants to announce?
Just that as soon as we finish this campaign, there'll probably be a slight break before we. Oh crap! I just fucked up what I was doing. A slight break before we go to the main campaign, and then we'll go to the main campaign sometime in the beginning of next year. We hope. We'll see. You know, it's
Don't
us.
side quest, guys. Don't side quest.
Listen.
Wait, but
I
Brian,
gotta do what I gotta do.
Brian, we're literally going somewhere so Rainn can go get a side quest. Like, admittedly,
Yeah.
it is a side quest that isn't going to affect this campaign, but that's literally what we're doing. We're going to go meet with a powerful general so I can go get a side quest for me.
Hey, what is life if not just a bunch of side quests?
That's all I do.
Miserable.
That's my whole life,
Painful.
is just doing side quests. I stopped doing the main campaign a long time ago. I just do side quests now.
Yeah, and I
just
agree
think
with.
it would be fun to get to 50 sessions. I feel like that would be.
Oh, this is not the last session. I guarantee that.
There's
We
no
have
way.
at least one more. But hopefully we can do it quickly.
Yeah. I'm with Vicky though. I think the main campaign is no longer the main campaign. We gotta just rename
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
we just call it the
Campaign
well, we call it campaign 1, or we could call it
The Misfit campaign.
Misfate campaign, or we can call it oh my god, my brain is completely blanking at what this is called. The time that we're in. Time's alignment campaign. There we go. That took way too long.
But we'll get back to that eventually. Early 2024, hopefully. But yeah,
If we're not playing
That's
that
a
campaign
fake
by my
year.
birthday, we failed.
by my
Oh.
birthday. Oh my god.
If it's not by your birthday, we should end it. Just call it.
Just give up. Just give up.
Just start over, reboot.
Yeah, reboot.
One last thing before we go into the next session, though, with going off of that thought, our 5-year anniversary of doing Nat Disaster is coming up, guys.
I know.
Disgusting.
5 years. Doesn't feel
That's
like
so
that long.
awesome,
Oh my
actually.
god. It is. It's quite an
Have
achievement.
like a session on the 5-year anniversary.
Yeah, we have to figure that out, don't we?
We should take it off in advance and have
And
Yeah,
then
we
we
need
have
to
to do
coordinate
exactly-
that shit.
And then we have to do
Yeah.
exactly what we did after the first session. Not have another session for a month and a half because just nothing lined up.
Yeah, it's at the world's biggest gap.
Yeah. But that is for another time. Tonight, we gotta let this night's disaster unfold. Previously on that disaster, you guys moving into the night after the day after the heist woke up practically midday, had to fight off some water elementals
What's gonna happen
that
with
got around Delson's house, causing some property damage to Delson's home.
I needed to fix it anyway.
Have you called the contractor yet?
I'll
Well,
add it to
cell
the
phones
list.
were invented, maybe, but
Sending stones.
true.
You have a literal the dude with the whistle, Quickling. You have a Quickling.
He's not a contractor, he's a butler.
Yeah, but you have him go get your contractor. That's his job. He's a butler. He makes your calls for you.
But you guys end up fending that off as a white beam seemed to push all the elementals out of the city, as the city was walking around in confusement and a little bit of relief as all the elementals were gone. You guys snuck on the opposite direction and headed down to normals. Finding some things in the streets, you guys realize most of the city is shut down, as the search for a coffee shop was unsuccessful until you guys got to the road where Normal's shop of normal things is, stopping at the Evening Brew, paying way too much for to-go cups of coffee. You guys continued down through the streets as the rain poured down, and realized as you got to the end of the streets where Normal's shop is, an old friend was unconscious, swirling around in a circle in the water on a double door. Serenity. You guys brought her back to consciousness and went back into Normal shop. You guys shopped, healed, got some curses removed. Delson's no longer steaming consistently, thank God. But also talked about time and finding out more about him, Normal's connection to them. You guys trading for some items as well. Eileen, now getting a sling with unlimited ammunition. Great item that you guys end up getting there. You guys headed out and...
Can I interject for a second?
Go ahead.
I named it the Infinisling.
I'm so
and I'm
proud.
actually thinking of like trying to replicate its magic. Like not me personally, have Trell help me.
Mm-hmm.
Because I would really like to see what Noct could do with unlimited ammo. Or like being able to create literal infinite bullets, but for the Barrett 50 cal instead of the sling.
Oh my God.
That would break
Nothing.
the game.
Nothing would stop you.
So I'm just putting it out there. These are things that I've been thinking about. These are things that I've been thinking about. I just want you to understand that those are goals.
Well, we have an infinite amount of years to keep doing it to see if it gets there. Oh my God, yeah, that's how you make the machine gun.
Suddenly, Brian's like, actually, let's take a little bit more time. So I can figure out how to balance that.
Okay, the DM's answer would just be like, no. That is the correct answer. No, we're not. No.
After leaving Normals, you guys parted ways with Paul, who stayed behind with Normal, and then Torian to finally go off and try to find either the way back to his world or his purpose for being brought to this one. You guys headed over to Andy's parents' shop, the Sharpened Edge, as that's apparently where General Elderick lives nearby.
I think it's the Sharpened Touch.
Sharpened Touch? Sorry. Maybe I wrote it down wrong. I think you're right. Sharpened Touch, yes. Thank you.
You're welcome.
But Andy, you looked up at your shop and you saw the hole that was left in there from the storm before and realized your room has just been getting poured into. You ran up the side of your building, climbed inside, Seabreeze following behind, and as you're trying to get things out of the rain, you heard a threat from your mother, thinking you're a burglar coming inside. You guys embraced after a very long time separation. She was worried for you, and she was bringing you downstairs to meet your father, who has been worried sick all night. And Rainn and Delson stayed outside, and that is actually exactly where we ended last month's session. So,
yes.
We got bullshit a little bit longer. I'm busy.
I was like, I'm assuming if you're not in screen, you're doing something. Andy,
Yeah.
your mother walks you and Seabreeze downstairs to the bottom level of your home, doubles as your shop, and it does not look anything like what you remember. You can see all of the weapon racks pushed against the door. You can see several of the windows boarded up as some water still coming in from some areas. The counter where your parents normally exchange the weapons they sell. You can see crossbows just lined up on the counter's edge, pointing towards the door. And your mom's just like, "Oh, don't mind the redecorating. It's been a long night." And she says, "Your father's in the other room."
I guess it's good I came in through upstairs.
Yeah, you couldn't get through the front door if you wanted.
Yeah, it's been a long night. The second things started going crazy with the storm, the weapon shop seems to be where people to go first.
That kind of makes sense.
You can hear from the other room now, "Honey, is Andy home?" And she's like, "Yes, dear, are you okay to stand?" You can hear him crink out of bed.
Okay.
And walks outside to the corner of the door. You can see your father. Looks like he has a wound patched up on his hip. It looks like somebody might have sliced him with a blade. He's like, "Andy, I'm so glad you're safe, son."
Yeah, I mean, we're okay. Rainn's good too.
"Well, where were you last night? We were worried sick once the city started going to hell."
I can't remember. Did I tell them about the party?
No.
Okay.
You were vague. I believe.
Yeah. I will say, I was with Rainn. Everything's fine.
We're fine. How are you?
Persuasion check.
All right.
That was a very Han Solo answer. We're fine. Everything's fine. How are you?
Nothing suspicious here.
Definitely not. Oh, like he has nothing to hide too? Come on.
Are we talking about Han Solo or your dad?
My dad. That's an 11.
11.
Something's up, probably.
Your mom looks at you and she's like, "Well, as long as you're okay, you didn't get in too much trouble."
I'm here.
Okay, well, are you...
Sorry, we were busy committing the worst crime in Zista's history.
Well, I gotta go back to the monastery soon.
Is everything okay there? It's just... I tried to reach out word to the monastery to see if you were okay, and I haven't heard anything back yet.
It was kind of edgy when I was there last. I'm gonna check in and make sure Janara's okay. Awesome.
Yeah, Janora, she can take care of herself. She's probably fine.
She very well can.
But okay. Well, if you need a place to stay, your room, I have not got around to making it yet, but we can definitely find some place for you down here.
I think for now, I'll probably stay with Rainn if I can't stay at the monastery if anything comes up.
Okay.
Well, I'll be okay.
Okay. Well, as long as you can take care of yourself.
Yeah, come on.
We're a little bit worried for today, at least. We haven't seen too many guards around here. They're supposed to be, staying close, helping. We sent for help a little bit earlier too from them, but there's just no response from anything in the city.
Yeah, we saw a few guards out in the streets as we came by here. But you're right, I didn't really notice. They kind of thinned out as we got closer.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but at least those elemental creatures seem to have disappeared.
Yeah.
I haven't seen one in about an hour or two.
I think that light thing got rid of him.
They're saying it was something with the queen, possibly. Nothing's
Makes sense.
out in set in stone right now, but everything's up in the air. But apparently, word is that it originated from Amber Castle.
That's what it looked like from where we were, but we couldn't really get a good look.
Well, once we get things a little bit back to normal here in the shop, we'll probably venture out and see if we can figure out anything. Definitely need to enlist some help to fix repairs. Hopefully, the city is going to be compensating for this. We have insurance for a reason.
Oh, well, then you're fine.
I'm sure we'll be okay.
Series or Eileen, what are you doing while this conversation's going on? Callum!
Unless he doesn't know, unless they don't know.
No, I know. I did. I was mean.
Okay.
I was literally right as you asked what I've been doing. I was like, oh, big facts. I was like asking Mrs. Andy's mom if they needed help now with anything like immediately. And as I'm asking, I'm like fucking around with some weapons on one of the weapon racks, and like it all just clatters off the rack. Like I just knocked them all down.
You pulled an Uncle Iroh just being like,
oh yeah, no. I immediately start picking it up, but like I'm just making a mess.
Oh, we don't want to have your friends help clean up that's you're a guest here. You don't need to do anything like that.
I'm here to help. You're Andy's family. Is there something you need?
Roll a persuasion check.
I'm gonna roll with Blinky's help.
And your finger gets cut off.
Right in front of them, and they're like, Jesus fucking Christ, what the fuck?
Can he leave, please? He's a little weird.
Okay, so you said persuasion?
Yes.
Let me just look up my actual persuasion skill.
Oh, I need a character sheet.
That's right, we're playing
23.
D&D, guys.
I had
23.
everything else up, and I just like remembered. Oh yeah, I need stats.
Yeah, I'm looking into what I might want to grab since we're at a weapon shop.
23. She says, "Thank you. That's really kind of you. If you don't mind, I mean, moving these weapon racks back, and well, we gotta take these boards off the door."
Okay. So I'm gonna start helping Andy move the weapon racks back, like where they belong, I guess.
So
yes,
I have a question.
I definitely help out.
I have a question, Mr. Brian.
Roll strength checks together. Yes.
Can you tell that the door is boarded up from the outside?
Ooh, not one.
Roll a perception check.
I got. Is it? You said strength check?
Yes. Oh my
Okay,
god, I am so blurry.
Brian, you are 1 pixel right now.
I know. I know it doesn't matter because it's a nat 1, but that's a total of 2.
2.
I got a total of
So much better.
19.
So helpful, yeah.
So much better. My camera was just freaking out. Sorry. What was your perception check, Conlon?
16.
16. From the outside, it's hard to see in the rain how close you get to the house.
I'm standing like what would be a normal like glancing in to see if they're open, like distance.
Yeah, you can see the nails on the other side of the
Okay.
The trims to the side of the door.
Okay. If you said, I kind of wish I rolled low.
And Callum, what was your roll?
18.
18. So you guys go over to the weapons rack that's barricading the doors, and you're able to easily lift it up, and Andy, as you grab it, it just like slips in your hand and falls directly on your toe.
Oh
Great.
no.
As this happens, can I open the door and knock it
I
into the rack?
definitely swear with a word that I should not utter in front of my mom.
You see,
Sorry.
honey.
It was my. I'm sorry. It was my big toe.
You're able to then pick it up and move with it. And Colin, what do? You knock on the door?
No, I'm gonna just open the door into the rack.
Well, there's still planks of wood on the door, so as you go for the door,
Okay, I'll
to
do it
open
with
up,
a little bit of shoulder then, if it's a little
you
hard.
get tink, tink, and as the rack moves away, Andy and Eileen, you just start seeing something or someone just banging up against the front
I
door.
take out some weapons.
I will say, Andrish?
Oh shit. Okay. I have a crowbar. I bet. Yeah, I do. I have a crowbar. I'll.
So
Get
is
the
it so
board
the answer
off.
is the boards are too stuck to the door to open it even with a good hard
I
try?
assume we nailed them on.
Roll. How hard are you hitting it? Like with intent to break in?
Intent to knock whatever boards out of the way. I'm not trying to break the door necessarily.
Am I with
Roll
Rainn?
an athletics check.
Am I with Rainn right now?
You are with Rainn outside, and it looks like she started
I'm
about to
just
start shoulder checking a door.
I'm just assuming the door's very stuck because of whatever they nailed against it.
I'd offer to help Rainn, but
I'm in the
Noodles.
process of removing these. It's fine.
Noodle.
That is a 24.
24. So
I'm gonna get
you
whacked
go,
in the face with the door.
Yeah,
You go,
my goal is to knock over the
and-
weapons rack. I want to be funny. I'm trying to...
Andrish and Andy goes, oh shit, and then like through the door, you can see the wood kind of just like breaks off for a second, and Rainn, the door swings open, and you don't fall into the weapons rack because they didn't get a second to pull it out of the way, but you're right there, and Andy's on the other side of the weapons
So
rack.
opening
The
the door
door
wasn't...
definitely hits me a little bit, for sure, right?
I was really... Okay.
I think because it took a couple hits, I think you got far enough away that the door
They
didn't hit
scooted
you.
Oh,
enough.
okay. All right. If
Yep.
I hear her, yeah, that's fair.
It was close, though. It's one of those things where you go, well, okay.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Why is the door... I look up and I probably see the board attached to the door. That I found.
Probably because of all the dangerous things happening in the city right now.
Yeah, you can see Andy's mom. She's like, "Sorry, we were just about to start opening the shop up again. It's been a rough night."
My parents are normal people.
It's like, that's not the issue. I just wasn't crawling up into your bedroom, walking back down the staircase. And
Well, it turned out to be the easier way in.
apparently.
Sometimes you gotta think a little harder, right?
It's a door. It should open.
Come in, and she says that over to. She sees Delson outside as well too, and beckons you inside. Don't stay out in the rain.
Oh, well, thank you, Mrs. Andy's mom.
I'm going to inconspicuously leave some gold on the, like, holy crap, checkout counter.
You can see there's just several different designed hand crossbows just sitting on the counter, pointed at the door.
Okay, I will try and not activate any of them.
Because
I assume they're all loaded, too.
Yes, as you got close, you're like, oh.
I'm going to
I'll
gently
check the
push them
hand crossbows?
away. I'm going to gently push them so that way they're not aiming towards the front door anymore where we're all standing.
Oh, if you could disarm those.
I want to go over and check them out.
Yeah, I will check them out too because Delson is fascinated by them.
I'll
guys-
begin disarming
you
the
got some
crossbows.
weapons.
And I'm going to, as stealthily as I can, try and
do
place
some
some
stealth.
gold on the counter to the side. Because I broke part of the door, I'm assuming.
Yeah. But investigation check from Delson and Eileen for the crossbows.
I was
Investigation check,
gonna
yes.
take a look and see if I could.
Oh,
I
hell
mean,
yeah.
I'm sure I would know our stock. Right.
Yeah.
It's like,
Inventory.
yeah.
You know what they are
Remembered that word.
inherently. It's actually
Yeah.
I'll describe them when I know their roles, but you know they're somewhat something new your parents have designed.
Gotcha. I'm hoping to maybe swap out a few of my daggers for like a quarter staff if we have that.
Yeah. Yeah, there's you can freely exchange weapons that your
Yes.
parents they don't care.
Yes, it's my home.
Yep.
That makes sense.
What was your investigation checks?
I'll leave 2 of
20
these
total.
here. I'll
Wait,
grab a staff.
Yes.
this is more of a meta thing. Is this
Uh-huh.
because this is me partially not remembering because we've been playing the same campaign for 3 years. Isn't this the first time Andy's mom has seen me since we
think that
dated? I don't think I
you
came
came
during
in
their
with
time.
me. I think you did. I think you might have come in, or I at least mentioned you.
You definitely no. I
You
think
have-
you've definitely mentioned me. That I know of. To say,
Yeah.
hey, she's alive. I found her.
Yeah.
But I don't think they physically have seen me since then. This is just a thought I just had.
I don't know.
I don't remember because,
thought-
as I say, we've been playing this for 3 years, so that was 2 years ago.
I thought you might have come in with me at one point, but I'm not 100% sure. So
I'm just.
We'll play it off right now. I mean, they know you exist as it is, and it's been a stressful night, so it's probably gonna be
That's
just
fine.
normal.
It was
Yeah.
just a thought I just had. I was like, oh man, I wish I knew more solidly to be like, we can play around and have more fun with the role play there. But I don't remember well
Yeah.
enough.
yeah, they've at least met you in the past.
Well, no,
so
they
it's
know who
like-
I am. That is.
Yeah.
We were dating for like 6 months.
Yes.
There's no
Yeah.
way they don't know who I am.
Callum, what was your investigation roll?
25.
25. Okay, so you guys all, Andy, you know this inherently. You guys know can figure this out really quickly by looking them over. There are 4 different crossbows. They're designed differently, but you can see the mechanisms are all done the exact same way. You can see them drawn back, and they are loaded with a bolt. And there seems to be some like box, like attached to the side of them, and you can just hear like as you get closer to it, like gears or cogs turning back and forth inside of it. That's as much as you can see from it. You do actually see a logo on it, though. It's Cantrip's Creations. Or, oh my god,
Have-
I can't remember off the top of my head. It's one of the organizations, the ones that make items based off of like cantrips for things. It's like Cantrip's Creations or something like that.
Have I?
But you see their logo.
I want to ask them what they are, the parents.
Yeah, I like. Yeah. Me as well.
It's a recent invention we've made. We've partnered up with one of the magical organizations in the city. We can prime these weapons and have this attachment on here, and they'll trigger to a word, code word, and they will fire on command.
Fascinating.
Pretty cool.
It's definitely good for home defense.
Delson is just taking notes.
Are
Dustin's
they?
like,
Is
costs?
the box attached? Like, can it be attached to any crossbow?
I mean, I don't know the inner workings of it. It's more from our partner's area of expertise on how it works. We've sent these ones in, and they attached it to them. I'm assuming they can do it to other types of weapons, but I just don't know the logistics of it all.
I want to. Okay, so are they for sale?
Well, we haven't opened it to the public yet, but it was gonna launch this week, so yeah, we can make you our first customers for it. We were just opening the shop back up for the day.
Hell yes. All right, what's your asking price there, Mrs. Andy's mom?
Mrs. Andy's mom.
They look back and forth at each other for a second. Well, Haven't exactly decided on the price yet,
I
but
just whisper, it's Bryrick. His name's Bryrick.
Andy's mom.
Oh, what is her name? I'm sorry.
Our last name is Bryrick, if you want to use our last name.
Bryrick. Gotcha.
Yeah.
well,
I
I think
remember my own mom's first name. Give me 1 second.
I don't know my own mom. That's such a real life sentence.
Andy does. Andy knows it.
Oh, we all didn't know our mom's
Oh,
first
it's
name until we were
Fiona.
8.
Her name's Fiona.
We're like, your name's not Mom?
Yeah. Every kid ever at 7. Your
How
name's
could you
not
lie to
mom.
me like this?
That's when we all began
Mike,
our
it's
trust
okay.
issues. It began there.
they turn to each other and say, well, I think we were floating in the range of 250 gold pieces each. 250? 250 gold pieces. The fees between the other corporation and such makes it more than just a regular hand crossbow. Does cost a pretty penny to get those magical boxes.
I completely understand.
A pretty bronze, gold, silver, yeah, a pretty copper.
Copper? Pretty copper?
Yeah, a pretty copper.
A pretty
I'm gonna
copper.
turn.
Is
I'm
a
gonna
pretty
turn to
police
Rainn and
officer?
you.
Easy joke. Easy joke.
I like
Or maybe you
like
need to call it a cute copper. It costs a cute copper to
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they call it a cute copper. You're
I
right.
like
That's
that.
better.
cute copper. But yeah, if you want one, we need to keep some in our inventory. I'd say we could sell up to 2 to you right now before we do need to have some for our official launch to show.
I'm gonna turn to Rainn and kind of like whisper in Celestial. Do you still have that pouch of gold you were offering me for the job? I want one of these crossbows.
Probably. I don't think I added it to my inventory.
He
Oh,
gave
memory,
you
guys.
he gave you the 1,000 gold pieces to use for whatever you need. I love it. You're like, can I have some back?
Yeah, literally. Because like I'm happy to let you have it, and I think that Eileen would definitely do that. But also, he's like, "Ooh, neat crossbow with a fucking trap attachment." Into it.
So
Very
what?
cool.
So I have an extra 1,000. I don't remember if I added that to my inventory or not.
Well, how much do you have right now?
I have
Damn it,
5,477 gold pieces.
I would imagine you must have, right?
I
Or
don't
did
remember.
you get 5,000 for the
Damn it,
job?
Common. You have a couple of jobs. This was one of them.
That's fair. No,
Did you
you're
get
not.
5,000
You
for
have
the
rights.
job itself? You got more than we did, so
Yeah,
maybe you got
we
5.
got 10,000, I think, and I gave myself
I
a
think
large
you got
sum.
5,000.
I gave you all 1,000. I think that's how I
So
distributed
you must
it.
not have added it because
I must not have added
I
it, so
think
it's
you
in
got
purgatory.
5,000 and each of us got 1,000.
It's in
Okay.
escrow.
Yeah, it's an S. I like that. I like that.
I think, you should definitely try to keep track of it, but I think saying you have 5,000, whatever it is, sounds like what you have. So I think it would sound more accurate if you added Seabreeze or Eileen's, you would be more in the 6,000 range. So
I agree.
I'd say you did not add that grand. So you should
Because-
have 6,000 and change in your inventory.
Because I started out the heist at like 100-ish gold pieces, stole a whole bunch of stuff over the course of the heist. So I ended
Found
up
so many pouches.
so I ended up closer to almost not 500, around 500, because I just paid a whole bunch of gold to essentially steal mugs, but I paid for them, so they're my mugs.
Listen, we own these mugs. I am never getting rid of my mug.
Oh yeah, no, these are our mugs forever. These are the heist mugs. We'll always remember
In
them.
fact, do you guys want some tea? We're in my house.
Yes.
Get some more tea. I'll go make some tea.
So you have 1,000 extra gold. Are you?
I will hand the
would you allow
1,000 golds
some of that?
without questioning it back to him. I never took it out of the pouch. That's the answer. For all of the story,
Lived in the pouch that whole time.
I just put it away, handed it right back.
All right, I'm just gonna add the 750 to my inventory.
Yeah, go ahead. And then 250, you're buying one of the crossbows?
Yes. Are they all the same cantrip?
Yes. It's just a verbal command. It's basically like almost like a message that you can send to your crossbow. It's that the
Sick.
message campaign cantrip. So you have to do it within all the boundaries of that message cantrip, but you can set a word as the trigger. You do have to place it down and like position it so it's like upright and like sturdy, and then you prime the cantrip with its trigger word.
Fucking cool.
Cantrip crossbow.
Yeah, you can't. Wait, so did they just place these crossbows on the desk without like mounting them?
You can see there is like little mounting legs at the back of it that are holding
Okay.
like stabilizing
Because
them.
I'm just like, it'd be very funny if they tried to kill someone running in and just all the crossbows launched themselves off the
They
back.
own a weapon store. They know how to defend themselves.
I thought so too, but I have to ask these questions because of that funny thought I had. I just have to be like, we are sure that we actually put them the right way.
There's
They
no
come back
special.
with like 4 cups of blueberry tea. Like this.
There
You're just
are
putting- I grabbed that.
there are wooden versions of this Callum, and also metal versions. Which one would you take?
Probably a metal. Are they the same price?
As they look at each other and they're just like,
Mm.
I'd say the metal, just for the materials itself, we can probably do two. We'll probably do a little bit more for the public, but you can have it for 250 as the first customer.
Hell yeah! Then yeah, I want one of the metal ones. Can you
Friend of the
send me
family.
a little thing about it so I can add it to my inventory at some point?
Yeah,
It doesn't
I'm
have to
just
be
gonna-
right now, just at some point.
I'm just gonna text you real quick, cantrip crossbow, and so I
Kind of like the thing in Guardians of the Galaxy when it's like the
arrow.
like
Yeah.
the tune arrow. Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah.
similar vibes. Love it.
Well, I don't know if you guys need a place to stay, but stick around. We are going to open our doors for customers because, I mean, now that it seems safe outside, we kind of still need to make a living. But
I think grab a cup.
hopefully the city
I
starts.
got you one.
No, I meant I.
Hopefully the Neil Chikara start adding more structure to this chaos.
Well, a two-parter. One, I'd like to pre-order some of those. Two, do you know where General Elderick lives? Because I know he lives in this neighborhood, but he did not specifically describe where his home is.
The general lives around here?
Apparently, which I was surprised with as well. It
You
must be
can
his
hear-
family home.
You can hear in your head at this moment, Rainn, in General Eldrick's voice, the corner building with no door across from your friend's family's shop. The illusion drops for you if you smell the sunflower growing out front. Please do not bring any of your companions.
Okay.
That was all in your head, so.
I will then. I'll just nod in the air and be like, "But I'd like to pre-order some of these crossbows. They do not need to be the fancier version."
Okay, so just the wooden ones? How many
Yeah.
would you like?
How quickly do they make them?
We put in the request last week, and they came in 2 days ago.
I'll order pre-order 4.
You 4, Rainn.
It's been a long couple days.
Are you in some sort of trouble?
Not yet, but you know, life.
Well-
Maybe like, oh shit, she's on her shit still. She's on her shit still.
Things between you and our son seem okay, so if you need a place to lay low,
I hopefully should be solving that problem by the end of the day. I'm just being precautionary.
well, the offer is out there. Just
Thank you.
Yeah, we can take 4. Do you want to pay all up front or a down payment?
I was gonna do half now, half later. I think that's what works best right now.
Okay. Uh, 500 gold?
I will pay them 500 gold.
They seem a little bit confused as to you just seem to hand your friend a big pouch of gold, and now you just casually pulled 500 more gold pieces out. They look at you curiously.
That's why I didn't pay with the Ethereum. They would have gone like, we need to call the guys. That's why I didn't pay with the Ethereum. They were like, there's something overly suspicious. And then I remember like, by the way, do you happen to know any moving companies or people such as that? What? They know the neighborhood. I don't know fucking anyone in this neighborhood.
That's not suspicious at all.
I can refer you to some carriage drivers. I don't know if they'll do any like transport service, but you can always ask.
Okay, that works.
Most of the truly transport businesses lie mostly in northern part of the city.
Okay, I will go check that out, as well as I have a couple other people I can ask about that move equipment.
Okay.
I realize she kind of takes a pause. Is there like, do they have some swords that are a little bit fancier?
There are different designed ones. Yeah, some of them are like encrusted with some jewels on them, or sorry, embedded with some jewels on them. You can see them carved and sharpened in different ways. Is there a particular style you're looking for?
Looking like it's made out of a more high-end metal, like a harder to work. So instead of a steel sword, a higher-end metal. They wouldn't be working with titanium. They literally can't get things to that temperature.
Roll an investigation check.
Okay. Oh, okay. That is higher than I thought it was going to be. That is going to be 24.
Brian, do we have a forge in the house?
Yes.
I'm
Yeah.
just thinking of the like.
Yeah, we haven't really done the layout of your shop before, but
Right.
it is a slightly bigger property that you're
it's gotta be.
you guys have been here for several years now at this point. You used to be on one of the outer rings, but then once your business started booming, you were able to move over to this location, and it's bigger than any other building in the area, and there is a back room. It's more like an oval shaped back house that goes into the alley in the back.
Oh.
That's where like smoke can come and stuff like that, yeah.
Interesting. Goes into the alley and back. Interesting.
But Rainn, you look over you go and look through all the weapons. There is a lot. Different designs, different types of metals, different colors. Some that you question that is either going to give me a blessing or a curse. like looking at some of these weapons, because they make good weapons, but they also do trade in some. You don't see any special looking metals on the for soldiers rack, for common people rack, but the traded ones, you are able to see one short sword, and you haven't seen this metal before, but you know this is adamantine.
Oh,
That's expensive.
and shiny.
How? Please tell me it's at least not too ornate, because I hate ornate swords. I just like them being made of well-made materials.
It's got a wrapped handle.
Okay, so it's not
nothing too fancy.
I
definitely wasn't made in a city. You could tell this was made like somewhere less civilized.
Does it seem like it has dwarven construction?
Roll a history check.
Like, I'm actually going to walk up and begin looking at the handle of the sword and stuff.
Mhm.
To see if there's any stamped markings in the dwarven language that I'm learning. That is the same language as the one I speak in terms of characters. What was that for investigation?
History.
Oh, history. Sorry, that was me not remembering anything. That is a 21.
21. You can see at the bottom of the handle there is a carving in the portion that it's not wrapped at that portion. You can see the actual like material handle underneath, and in there it's carved a one dwarven word, and it says, "You just started learning this." I'm gonna say roll a intelligence check, just straight intelligence check, to see if you know what this word is yet, since you're just starting to try to learn dwarven.
That's fair. That is a straight intelligence, so that's going to be a 12.
A 12. You can definitely tell that like the beginning of the word is N, like EN, the equivalent to that in Dwarven, but there are a couple other characters afterwards, so you haven't quite put everything together.
So to me, it just looks like letters and not really a word.
Yep. You're like, oh, I'm gonna have to study this.
Yeah, I'm a.
At least you have the book to probably try to translate it.
Yeah, know what? That's a good idea, Brian. Thank you, DM, for giving me an idea.
You got that dwarven book at the beginning of the campaign.
No, I remembered the
4 years
book.
ago.
I hadn't decided if I was going to just take like a pencil. What are they called? Oh my god.
Rubbing.
Yeah, rubbing. There we go. My brain was like, I haven't used this word since I went to Ellis Island.
Because it's a weird word.
Yeah. But I was just going to take a rubbing and then study it later. But you're right. I can just check the book. That is faster.
Yeah, we're not in like a dangerous situation.
Yeah,
so
it was.
I
was going to use the book later. I just wasn't going to use it now. So I'll whip out my how to properly learn Dwarven. So the book published by and I'll begin scrolling through to the back portion where it's like a dictionary area, because that's every translation book has the teach you, and then the here are words, dude.
This is going to take a couple minutes to look through. While Rainn decides to focus in on a sword, and she just starts flipping through a book like all right, I'm going to figure this out. She goes off in her own little world. What are the rest of you guys doing?
I made us some tea, handed it out to everybody during that whole conversation about.
Good. Staying hydrated today. Coffee, tea.
Coffee doesn't help you stay hydrated.
Well, actually,
staying awake.
We're still in Andy's parents' shop, right?
Liquid.
Yeah. You guys were stopping by here for General Elderick for Rainn, but then Andy's saying his parents.
I got distracted, okay?
You guys can stay here as long as you want. You can wherever you guys are going.
Okay.
Do my parents have like an office?
In the back, yeah. There's the counter. There's the area to the left where it starts going into like almost the living quarters on the downstairs, but directly behind the counter, there's a little office room that it goes off into. Gotcha. They also, that they have their version of a magic cache, a very small one, but there is a magic cache that they have their money in that back room.
As I skim through this book, looking, I will pep up and ask, Delson, is it possible for you to run an errand for me? Not now, but in a bit.
Depends
I'll
on the
let
errand.
you finish chewing.
Depends on the errand.
That's the pastry I grabbed from the kitchen.
Yeah, I know, it's okay. Yeah, he's just like, what? I haven't eaten since yesterday.
Depends on the errand.
She's like, I don't know if it feels wrong to ask other people to do my errands yet. I haven't decided if that's an odd thing to do.
Depends on the errand.
I feel like it's normal for us friends to help you with something. and
Whether
maybe
it's
they-
odd or not depends on the errand.
I don't want to send. I feel like this errand is too easy for him, and it feels wrong to have him do it. This is like an errand you have like a servant do,
Like,
not.
I'll put. Do I have a whistle for the butler, or I can't remember how I summoned the butler.
Yes, there is a whistle.
I'll just like pull out the whistle and be like,
That works. He takes tips, right? He takes.
I will blow the whistle.
Blows the whistle. It's not always immediate, but
Well, that's okay. We can still
Dude.
talk.
soon.
Because I have to go meet with General Elderick soon, and I believe he only wants to speak to me. So you guys are going to need something to do for a couple minutes while I do that, or however long it takes. I don't know how long this meeting's supposed
We're
to
in
be.
a safe area, in a normal place. We can hang out here.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So, Brian, this is me asking the DM because I've not marked every single location we've been to on this map because this map is too small to do that to.
Yeah. Fair.
One day we're gonna get a big blown up version of this map, and I'm gonna have be sitting there and be like, I'm gonna Sharpie, and that's where I get my drugs. That's where my dresses get made.
Would love that if we just got like a giant table in one of our in like your basement there.
Yeah, that
and then
has
we
it.
just like get a giant piece of paper and just I would love that.
Yeah, it just has little numbers everywhere, and then there's a key in the edge that says, this goes to the dragons, blah blah blah. This goes to Angel Ear's Tavern. This goes to. You get the point. How close?
Yes. What are you asking for?
How close? Yeah, let's get to the point. How close is my tailor to here?
I actually know that. Let me just.
Yeah, I know it's written down. She's a whole character and everything. She's plot relevant, even.
Hold on.
I
actually put that binder away, but it's right here.
Yeah, because I don't remember if it was in this area, if it was in the area closer to my house. That's why I don't remember.
It's right there. Your tailor.
It's also been a year and a half since we've talked to her in our life. I know it's been 2 days for my character.
You're actually only like 45 minutes. You are in the same district that it's in. It's just on the
That's
opposite
what I
end.
thought. Okay.
In a similar vein, before you put away the map, how far away is the monastery?
Monastery is same direction as the tailor, but it goes beyond into nature's direction, so probably more like hour 15 at normal person pace. Andy running pace, a lot quicker.
Yeah, I really should have Andy doing my errands, but it feels wrong
I
to
can
ask.
go. I don't mind.
Okay, well, if you can speak that up separately, but like that's Andy saying I'll do it. Okay. Well, because Conlon
I'll
was
do
talking.
it as long as it's nothing that I can't if it's like describing what you want to wear, I will be bad at that.
No, it's not that complicated. It was just I kind of really want the dress to immediately get to the tailor because the longer the what it's been through settles, the more ruined it will be.
Oh, okay.
And you probably should do the same with your dress if you still have it on you.
I have it with me. I'm not wearing it.
Well, I'm not wearing the dress now.
I mean, I had. We can discuss, but I had Zolo mend. I'm not saying this in front of my parents. I had Zolo mend our outfits that night as we were doing shit. So if there were like a bunch of holes in your dress.
Oh no, the holes have been solved. It's the after the holes where we had to fight our way back to Delson's house where my dress got soaked in the disgusting water outside.
Oh, so you want your clothes dry cleaned?
She does that too. She does multiple things.
Essentially. Okay. All right. Does everybody just want to give me their fancy outfits and I'll bring them on the way to Cossins? I'll do that. It's fine.
That was a thought, as well as
I feel bad that you called your Quickling now.
no, I'm sure I have things for the Quickling to do.
I'll just go. Yeah, it's
I
on
don't
the
have enough
way.
time
That's
today to
really
run all my
fine.
errands.
I mean, it's like I don't know if anybody else wants to come to the monastery. Me, but
I think I do.
cool. You can come.
Yeah, I don't know how long my meeting will be. I don't think it'll be very long.
You can always catch up. I mean, if I'm going with other people, I won't be going as fast.
Yeah, so I should be able to catch up.
You
I
should
always
be able
can.
to catch
I
up.
always can see if there's any carts operating. I don't think there is yet.
Probably not.
You guys also know at some point today you're supposed to reconvene with the Arcane Swarm over at that dock.
That's at the evening,
That's
right?
at like 7,
In
8
the evening, we
p.m.
said?
That's at night.
And that's in nature's direction, isn't it?
What the no, that's on the docks are not in nature's direction.
No,
That
they're,
is
I really thought it was.
no,
That's
that's over in Eastern Freedom.
yeah, that's what I thought.
And how far away is Eastern Freedom from
Opposite
nature's
side
direction?
of the city.
Yes.
Nice. Cool.
So it will take a while for you guys to travel there unless
We'll
you use
go
fast
for a
travel
nice
stuff.
walk.
But you know.
Yeah.
We're not supposed to be walking around the city right now.
Yeah, we'll fast travel. It'll be easier to get to.
It is
Awesome.
probably also at this
Plus,
point
we'll
with
be going towards the monastery, which I am in monastic attire, so we won't get stopped heading that way.
it's about 1:30 right now with the time you had to like walk everywhere. So that's roughly the time of day that it is.
Okay.
Okay, fair.
Also, during this time, I am still flipping through the book to try and find
Yes.
this.
At this point, you are able to find the key to figure out the word. It says endure, and it is in Dwarven. So.
Endure.
Sure. That's kind of like you, right?
Thanks. I use survivor as the word I say, but okay.
I mean,
sorry.
I mean, just like, it's kind of the same thing, right?
I will lift the sword off the rack and see how it feels.
It's surprisingly light. It is something. It's a short sword. It is like still weapon, but you don't expect it to be as light as it does. It looks like it's pretty well balanced and out of quality that you have seen in blades before. For how it looks like it was made, somebody took time making this and like perfecting its shape.
That was a passion project.
Can I just take a quick look around the store to see if anything catches my eye?
Yeah, roll a perception check.
Natural 20.
Let's see.
My parents are gonna be rich today, guys.
What
They
type?
just made 500 gold. They can pay for all the repairs.
Making my parents so
Don't
rich.
don't be so sure, because I have no money.
That's true. I forgot.
Yeah, he has to grovel to get anything right now.
Andrew, what type of arrows do you have?
Like all of them?
The types, yes.
I have a fire arrow, I have a taser arrow, I have a poison arrow, I have a rope arrow, and I have the ice arrow.
What catches your eye is something you wouldn't have expected in Andy's parents' shop. It's not like out on display, but you do see in like a rack with the quivers and the bows, there seems to be a sack, and literally just catches your eye as you're walking by. You can just see the light glisten off of something, and it gives just enough for you to look inside the bag and see there are some poison arrows.
Huh.
So you recognize them, and you know that these don't often get sold publicly.
Hmm.
It's normally something that's not on the up and up when somebody's selling poison arrows, but it seems to be in that like traded rack.
Noted. Okay.
Interesting how they have poison. Okay, yeah.
Hey, did you know your parents are selling these?
Do I recognize them? I probably
You walk over, and your parents tend to do selling what? And
These
you look
arrows.
over, and he pulls out an arrow, and you can clearly see it is
Yeah.
it's a poisoned tip arrow.
Yeah. Do I recognize them? Have I seen them in a shop before?
No, you haven't seen your parents sell poisoned arrows before.
Huh.
Oh,
I don't see many people sell these.
I don't even know how that got there.
Insight check.
Roll an
Yeah,
insight check.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll
Do
an
I get
insight.
advantage because it's my mom?
Mhm.
Yeah,
So-
I rolled a 9.
Do I?
So
Thank you. It's my damn mom. I rolled a 1 and a 2. What the fuck? That's a
That's-
total of 9?
Yeah, it's because it's your mom. She's
she
unreadable.
seems pretty genuine. Honestly, she says the people sell things to us all the time. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time something we didn't mean to buy slipped through on the rack. I can get rid of those, or if you want to take them off our hands, we can't be caught selling anything like that.
Oh, fair.
I'll take him off your hands.
Thank you, free of charge.
You sure?
Of course, I don't want to be seen as selling poison arrows. That won't look good. We kind of have a deal going with the guard in the city, and don't want to do anything to jeopardize that.
Alrighty then. Happy to oblige.
You don't know if they're the same poison or a different type of poisoned arrow, but you
Okay.
now have a different type of poison arrow.
Noted.
If he was a real rogue, he would have said nothing, put the arrow in his quiver, pulled one back out, and then asked the question. That's what a real rogue would have done. By the way.
Mine already. Doesn't matter what you say.
That's what a real
Anything
rogue would have
else
done.
on the trade rack?
What was that?
Yeah.
Is there anything else on the trade rack? I feel like that's where the neat stuff is.
Oh yeah, that's what the neat stuff is.
An investigation check.
Parents are cool.
And I'm
Various-
okay. So that's 18 plus 3 plus 6. I don't know what that is off the top of my head. 27.
27. Looking over the rack, you see a lot of interesting designed things. Different, like, you can see stylistic things. Not all of this is made by them, but, sometimes, kind of like Vicky said before, passion projects and other types of weapons from across the lands. Nothing that seems special other than by design at this point is left. Your friends seem to have found the most special thing so far.
Okay.
And you're confident in that. You're just like, yeah, this is just a normal weapons over here at this point. Sorry,
Yeah.
regular shops too. They don't often have too many amazing things. Sometimes it's just regular weapons and stuff.
No, that's totally fine.
I have not asked how much this
I love how
is.
Vicky is just like, I don't trust him, but my insight was not good.
No, I know, yeah. It's because Andy has had some suspicions about his parents for a few days, and so he's still keeping that in the back of his mind, but he's like, maybe this part of it was not related. Is the closest that he's gotten. He doesn't think that everything's fine and dandy yet. One roll doesn't determine that.
18, maybe.
I'm just saying, if you were thinking that your parents were doing some, like, illegal activity, you wouldn't be persuaded by them lying well one time.
Yeah.
You would just be like, oh, this part isn't illegal. That's what that would tell you.
All right. So what do you guys do?
How much is the sword? No one has said how much the
Oh,
sword
did
is.
you ask? Oh, I didn't know. Sorry, I
I
didn't
feel
hear
like
you
if
ask
someone
for
is
it.
holding a sword and balancing its weight in its hand, you tell
Sorry.
them how much it costs.
Sorry.
There was a lot happening.
That's
yeah, there
fair.
was. Sorry about that. They look at you as you're, brandishing it around, keeping an eye on it. That's been sitting on there for quite some time. Nobody's been able to really afford it that has come in here. Sorry, it is a pretty, for its rough design, that's adamantine that you got there, and it's rare to come by crafted into an actual weapon. I'd say what we've been asking people for on it is about 2,500 gold pieces. It's a rare material.
Can I pay you money to hold it for me temporarily?
Like, oh, what is that? Oh my god, what is it called?
Layaway.
Layaway? Yeah, I was like,
I'm not layawaying
I
it. I'm putting a hold on it. I'm essentially saying I'm gonna buy that, but I'm not gonna spend all that money right this second. Yes, it technically is layaway, but this is a different thing.
yeah.
I can afford it. I just don't want to buy it right now because I might need to spend my money on other stuff.
Oh, persuasion check.
Okay.
You try to give advantage with your smile.
I
This
guess.
is my I'm just happy that she's alive smile.
Sorry, that joke ruined my brain. 18. Sorry.
18.
Second that joke happened, I forgot how to do math. I'm like, how do these numbers go together?
Yeah, I mean that's fine. It's been sitting there for a while, so at least we can get some payment up front for it. At this point, we won't need to wait for the guards. We can just hire the neighbors.
Yeah. Wait.
She's talking about the damages to the house.
Wait, do you guys have contractors? Like, do you know a contractor? He needs one. Points to Delson. Delson.
I am in need of a contractor. You may be surprised, but my apartment just sustained a bit of water damage.
Oh, and the elementals, one of them ran through one of them.
I mean, it needed to be fixed before the water damage, but
it's now much worse.
Now there's water damage.
Yeah, I'm sure they might have a lot of appointments now, but we can point you in the right direction. Appreciated.
I'm gonna walk over and whisper in Elven to Mr. Delson. Delson. I made the joke once.
Boy,
my
this is
brain
why
is
you
dead.
should not take medicine before playing D&D.
I didn't. I'm just a moron.
I'm just killed the DM.
I'm just naturally stupid.
Delson. I'm surprised it took you 48 sessions to make the joke.
I have made the joke and said it wrong before, but this time it was the most purposeful. Also, this time I had a prop. The prop helps.
Oh god, I don't even know what you were saying.
I was gonna whisper to Delson in Elven, hey.
My parents are Elven, just so you know. Just saying.
You would know that. This is Andy.
Yeah, I would know that. That's why my...
You would know that.
Elven thieves can't. Solved. Okay. They might speak it. I don't care. This isn't me saying rude things. I'm not saying anything rude about them either, so, like, it doesn't matter if they fucking hear. You all can hear this. I'm just whispering for politeness. I'm like, you honestly should ask your parents for money to fix it up. Money makes these jobs go faster.
Yeah, I just
Did you say yeah loudly too?
yeah. I'm trying not to
Yeah,
rely
the
on.
same in all languages. Just yeah.
Yeah, that is the same. All languages. Yeah.
I'm trying not to rely on my family.
No, I
Especially with
understand.
especially with what I might do soon. So
Yeah, but you won't be able to get money out of them later. After you do that, you're cut off.
fair.
Well, we'll just take this at the sword. Keep it in the back.
Okay, I will now I'll put 200 gold down for the sword.
They asked for 500.
You didn't say a number to me, but okay.
I thought I said 500. Sorry, maybe I got cut off. And
You
I
definitely thought the
500
number.
gold pieces. Yes,
That's fine. I don't care.
A fifth of the price to put it down.
That is a
No.
reasonable, yeah.
No. I was hoping 200, but I'm fine with 500. If you said 1,000, I'd be like, okay, fuck, you can stay on the rack. Fuck, you can stay.
And also, too, remember they don't magically appraise these weapons. They know the material. So who knows what this thing does?
I agree, which is why I think next time I come back, I will have. Oh, can't get a Paul. Can I grab a Paul? Maybe. No, Paul's was normal, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
But Normal's gonna be probably staying city side while Andy and Time are here.
Oh, okay, cool. So I'll go grab a Paul, and I'll have him be like, either whoa or it's just a sword, dude. Because Paul could do that.
I just want to go check on my dad and just have a little chat with
Okay.
him.
Well, you guys
make sure
do your
he's doing okay.
socializing. I'm gonna finally go
Yeah.
and see Mr. General Elderick.
Sounds reasonable.
Delson, when the Quickling comes,
Yes.
good.
Oh,
You're good at this.
Hey,
She literally just pivots.
Speak of the devil.
You're good at this. This is a weird question. How much do one of you cost? Not to own a person, but like paid.
how much does it cost to hire?
I take
quickly?
any
She's having rich people problems and forgetting how
I
words work.
take any request given by Delson or his compatriots.
That's not the
The
answer.
tips are usually appreciated.
That's not the question I'm asking. How much?
She means like if she wanted to hire
A
another quickling to be in her service, what would that run her? That is her question.
Well, that is between you and the individual quickling. They set up contract deals.
There's no union? Really?
They tried to at one point, and it fell through.
Oh shit.
Yeah, the nobles kind of quashed that one pretty quick.
We gotta get that back and going. This is
I'm
Andy
gonna. Worst part is I was about to like go in and whisper like, "We'll work on that problem later."
My parents are part of a guild, I'm sure. Like,
It's
we're
easier if you're
weapons dealers.
normal people, but
Andy's a union boy.
I see the Quicklings as like a second-class citizen. Essentially, I sense that they get treated that way as like kind of a second-class citizen.
Anyway, Rainn, what did you need him for?
I need you. You don't need to do that, like this actual action. But I need you to A, check on my apartment and make sure no one has obliterated it. I'm saying this openly in front of Andy's parents and their mom. Andy's mom's probably just like.
You should
Two,
probably give him the.
Is somebody
key
trying
the-
to do harm to you, miss?
I don't know yet. I have like a whole like couple days before I have to really worry. But being proactive. As well as I am moving into Delson's apartment complex from my current apartment. So
I'm sure his parents would be happy to hear he's finally getting tenants.
he's getting his cousin as a tenant. I feel like that's a terrible deal.
It's a start.
Wait,
He's getting someone who is willing to scam him.
Did I know you guys were cousins? I keep
Did-
forgetting if you guys told me.
Did you say that out loud, Conlon?
I think I said it when we were like all together, but I might have said it very quickly. So it's very possible that if you weren't focusing,
I might not have absorbed it.
yeah, you might be like, wait,
Now I
wait.
know.
You'd be like,
What?
your cousins? Which
That's
also
right, you
now
guys-
we're.
Damn it!
Which also now we're.
I hand.
Oh yeah, because
Julian
you're
5
shipping us.
gold.
I forgot you were shipping us, which is
And
very
Julian
funny.
5 gold. I was betting that you guys are gonna get together. Damn it. Okay.
Eileen's getting all the
my-
gold today.
Yeah, you get 5 gold.
I need a
Thanks.
a discreet and secure moving service to move my stuff from my apartment to my new apartment.
Roll a persuasion check.
Neat. That will be a 24 total.
I know a group of 4 quicklings who specialize in not being seen and moving things.
Okay. They can handle like large quantities of books, chests, a
They
weaponsmithing
have their-
table.
They have their methods.
As long as nothing's broken, they get paid.
I
Well,
haven't even met them, but I love them.
Do you happen to know how much
When-
they're going to cost approximately?
depends on the job.
It's a 2-bedroom apartment that has lots of books and clothes, and the weaponsmithing table and a jeweler's table. I have too much stuff. A bunch of
They-
mugs.
They do research into their clients before they do the move. Depends on if there's any problems.
Okay. Can you please set that up? How's that? Just set me up, whether it be meeting them or coordinating.
Where
with
would you
them.
like them to meet you? And when?
We have a busy day today, so maybe tomorrow.
I spaced out.
Outside of game, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So tomorrow, cool. Have them meet me at the coffee shop I normally go to. I'm forgetting the name of the Goblin coffee shop's name.
Oh my god, it's been so freaking long.
Yeah, I know that's the problem.
Behemoth? Something?
It had a cool name. I remember that. I remember it was good. Brian did a good job. I remember that part, but don't remember
I would
it.
have to go check through my notes. We know which one you're referring to.
The boiling behemoth. I was.
Boiling
Boiling
Behemoth.
Behemoth.
That's
I
a
knew
good
it had
one.
behemoth in the name. I
Back
knew
from
it.
season 1.
Yeah,
I remembered it had the word behemoth.
Call
That was
back.
the only thing that stuck in my brain.
Okay. Yes, they can meet me at the Boiling Behemoth at mid-morning.
Do we
Be
have
there first.
hours in the day? Are we
Ish.
like in this world? Is it like
You're
do we have
guessing.
like 2 p.m., 3 p.m.? Like, is that like a thing?
Yes, for the simple ease of it, but you guys don't have a way to directly tell that
If-
time other than magical capabilities, and then also knowing. But you can tell roughly what time it is by the position, or you can
By
have
the
the
sun.
magical capability to know the exact moment in time that currently is.
We've got to have some
They
people
didn't
make
have a
like those
clock
wrist
designed yet.
sundial things.
Well, guess what? Brackett has a wristwatch, and only he can read it.
Yeah.
So he
There's-
knows what
There
time it
used to be
is.
sundials that people would carry on their
Like, I assume that there probably is,
real world.
churches that have bell towers that tell us every couple hours and
Yeah.
whatnot. But, in between those hour marks,
Yeah. Is that all you require? Checking in on your house and setting up that meeting?
as of right now, yes.
Very well.
Thank you so much. I'm then going to
Don't-
hand him
That's
a gold. Also,
appreciated.
the people who have moved, their drinks are paid for. Put them on my tab when you're at the Boiling Behemoth. Which means Rainn will finally pay her tab at the Boiling Behemoth. It's
He
probably
nods
higher
and
than it
then-
should be.
He nods and then he looks over at Master Delson. Your parents and your sister are worried sick.
We're good.
They asked me to find you as well and tell you to come home. By tomorrow, come home. There's things that your family needs to discuss.
I understand. Tell them I will be home soon. And that I am okay.
And nods and then runs off.
Okay, I have a meeting.
Yes.
I'm gonna mess with him and I'm gonna bring tea to his house. So let's go make fresh tea real quick. And I want to really just screw with a guy by bringing tea to someone else's
Okay.
home.
Here you
Because
go.
very rarely do you get to be across from another home that you know someone and have the ability to walk with warm mugs into another house.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is a rare opportunity, and Rainn's little mischievous side loves. She only likes bad jokes. It's who she is.
And he definitely has like a mug that says like world's best cat. He'll give you that one.
So I mean, the world's best cat. Can I also get world's best mom?
Oh my god.
Well, I can't give you my mom's mug. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're right. You can't.
I can't give you my mom.
There's another joke
I grabbed
mug.
one from the back that has let's see, not your mother's weaponsmith written on it.
Not your mother's weaponsmith. So they're both comedy mugs. I make nice tea.
Yes.
I prep it.
Every mug in our house is a comedy mug.
Good. That's a good mugs.
I'm gonna get off for the like. I'm passing out over here.
That's okay.
No worries, Callum. What would you like Eileen to do? Stick with somebody special, go somewhere?
I'm sticking with Andy.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
All right. Have a good night, man. Rest
Yep.
up.
Sleep well.
You deserve it.
Thank you guys.
Night.
Oh yeah, I'll talk to you guys later.
Love you, Callum.
Love you,
you.
man.
Like,
Okay.
you guys are all bigger now.
Yeah, I know. There's a little bit of. Ah! God, we're dumb best friends and we had the same fucking joke. Identical joke. Not even like slightly different. We made the same motion and everything.
Yeah.
So while Rainn is bringing hot tea across the street, asked to come alone, is anybody going with Rainn, or what is everybody else doing?
I will go
She
with
told
Rainn.
us that she
I
wanted
was-
to go alone, right?
I said I need to meet him alone. Will you try and
Oh.
follow me, Delson? Delson?
I will.
Delson?
Yeah, I will stealthily shadow you.
Okay. I'm not gonna take my Delsum.
Can I take a perception check for that? So it's my
For-
house
For what? Seeing Nelson?
to see if Delson leaves. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Roll
See if the
perception
guy
check.
who was
And
physically
Delson
there
rolls
is now-
stealth check.
There.
It's like the comic book outline of a character like flashes for a second.
Delson, roll a stealth check, and you have
And
an
I'm
advantage with your
rolling
cloak. So
Ass.
Oh, that's right, I do.
It's 15. He's gonna roll better than that.
Natural 20.
Yeah.
Ooh, we
What's
haven't
that
had
total?
one of those in a while.
And that's
Nope.
that's 2 I've rolled this
He
session.
rolled
Yeah,
2
he just had one.
tonight.
Oh, duh.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's a natural 20 for a total of 27. I am the knight.
I am the knight. Yeah,
Okay.
Andy, that cartoon thing does happen. You're just like, oh,
Ding,
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 ding.
ding.
Wasn't
God,
Delson there?
There's a-
Alright.
Alright. I need to go get 2 mugs, so I will be right back. Talk amongst yourselves.
So, Andy, you're
Um,
left in the shop with Eileen and your parents as Delson and Rainn head out to go try to seek out General Elderick.
Cool. We had discussed that they would meet up with us on the walk. But I still want to like take a minute to talk to my dad. I haven't really seen him much. I just saw that he was hurt. Oh, stop it.
Elian will let you know that
Zillion.
he'll keep browsing the shop, stay out there. Your mom
Alright.
says, just with your father, honey?
Yeah, I just wanna spend a few minutes.
Okay. Just make sure he rests. That wound needs to heal.
Yeah, of course.
All right. He walks back into their bedroom and lays down.
I'll help
What's
him.
it? And he's like, thank you, Andy.
Okay. Our mugs
I do
are.
miss having you around the house.
I know. I'm sorry
Easier.
that I've been gone so much.
Oh, that's fine. We knew we were gonna see less of you once you were enlisted into the monastery, but it's
Yeah.
better to have you around than in the little bit we get now than not at all.
I don't feel like I've thanked you enough for that.
You don't need to
And
thank us, son.
I know that you guys had to have done something to afford that. Not a cheap situation.
It's
If
an
there's anything
expensive
you need
process.
help with dealing with, I want you to know that I'm capable. I've been
Well,
training for a long time, and there's somebody that you owe something to. I can help.
we don't really have anything to defend ourselves from. I don't know, other than these looters here. This city, honestly, pretty much has been quite fortunate to us in the past couple of years. The monastery, the soldiers themselves, we're we're keeping things above book.
How hurt does he look?
Um, roll a medicine check.
Why am I rolling like this? What the hell?
Dice jail.
9. It's different dice. That's the
Um,
issue.
uh, your mom bandaged it pretty well, so it's hard to see visually, but just from his movements, as you've seen, does look like it wasn't just a scrape. It looks like he's a little bit weakened.
Yeah. Do I remember, other than the healing potion I have,
Hmm.
do any of my friends have any other than me, or am I the only one with one?
I'd probably Eileen probably has one. I don't know for certain, but I know he
Yeah.
normally has something.
Yeah. And it's not impossible to get them in the undersystem if we needed more.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
Undersys is pretty chaos right now, but I'm sure
Right.
somebody will probably still sell them.
Yeah. It's okay. Don't freak out. I'm gonna reach into my bag. It is a greater potion of healing.
Okay.
Pull it out. You don't have to take this if you don't want to, but I do have it.
Um, I suppose if the guard aren't around, nobody gets hurt.
Right. Alright, I give it to him.
He takes it, drinks it slowly, and you can see a noticeable difference in his skin tone. A little bit more color comes back to him. Um, and he does seem a little bit more at ease. Um, he pulls off the bandages, and you can see just a faint remain of where it looks like something like if the side literally just like sliced through, like he was stabbed. He's just like, you know, magic, pretty cool.
Yeah, it's
Magic.
really cool.
Pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
He's like, he says, I know the city has its rules with it, but I don't know. Not all rules are meant to be kept unbroken.
We're kind of alike in that way.
Yeah, your mother was always the better of the two of us, so you picked up my bad habits. But I'm proud of what you made of yourself, Andy. You're a good person. Probably the
Thanks.
best I've known. I don't know where you get that exactly from. We're nice, but
You guys are pretty great. That's why I'm so worried. I don't have any reason to hide something from you. You guys have been very upfront with me. I made a friend this week, and because of something he was doing, I discovered the entrance to the pipeline in the alley. Did you know about that?
not when we first moved in here, but discovered it shortly after.
There's really dangerous person down there. I want you to promise me that you will not go down there, and definitely not Mom.
Oh no, Andy, my days of going through the pipeline are long gone. You have nothing to worry about there.
Good. She's not even really a person anymore.
Have you
I
told the
just
guard about this? I know that, you know, most pipeline locations are kept secret because once they are exposed to the guard, bad things start happening in the neighborhood.
yeah.
But if there's something that
I
dangerous, it may be worth letting them know.
I'm stronger than I was when I encountered her before. I might try to get some friends together if I can, or Casa, or I don't think the guard could deal with her. I know they
What
do a lot.
was she?
She was like, it was like she was made of
Made of what?
poison.
Poison. Sorry, the voice cut out exactly
Yeah,
at the last word.
there's some entity that has its hands in Zinsta right now. What it's doing is not good. I don't know what its name is. This was the second time I came across something to do with it. Both times pretty bad. Both times have been pretty life-threatening. If I wasn't with my friends, we might not have made it out. And I just don't want anything to happen. Or to the shop. Proximity scared me.
Well, I mean, if it scares you, I don't know what much I can do, but we can at least set up some precautions at the back of the house,
I think
just
that's
in
a good idea.
case. Seems like. Are you getting involved in anything beyond the small stuff, Andy?
I mean,
It's a good
I
thing he was
mean,
not in the room while Rainn was just spending money.
my friends and I have done some pretty crazy stuff the last week. It feels like it's been a really long time. I did something that felt important. Feels important. I kind of want to keep doing it. I know I owe a lot to the monastery, but I don't know if I want to be there forever.
Oh, I don't
Mm.
know exactly how everything
Excuse me.
works with the monastery. I know that you're part of it now.
Yeah, I will be forever, but I'm hoping
I
that
don't.
I might have some leverage in my contract.
Oh, I couldn't remember what that contract said if I tried.
It's
We
probably
were
really
go
long, huh?
and we were understandably a little bit distraught while signing it.
Yeah. You know, that's not super cool that they make you sign paperwork like while you're in distress. I think that's kind of like manipulative. It's not great. Uh, I
We were willing to do whatever to make sure we can get you back.
not your fault.
Oh.
I feel like every day since then has been a second chance that most people don't get. Not the fear I feel is not really for me. I feel like if anything happens to me, at least I got the time that I got.
Haha, the time that you got.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
At least I got the time I got. At least I have the friends that I have. Got to see the things I got to see.
I feel like there's like a
I want to
message
do
in your brain
more.
that just said "fuck you."
I want to do more with what I have, and I know you guys worry about me, but I think it's something I'm meant to be doing.
I have to admit, since you have been in the monastery, you have been more focused than you ever were, and you look
Strong as hell, right?
a lot more mature, but yes.
Ravishing. I would have gone with ravishing, but it is, his dad.
um,
Honestly, I would even say an air of wisdom around you that only can come from a place like that.
yeah. Meditation is really like you sit there and you're like so bored, and then it's like, oh, I understand things now. It's really weird.
I've never quite understood it, but if it makes sense to you.
It does. It's like the difference between like teaching and learning. You know, it's like there's like book stuff, and then there's like real stuff. And I feel like this is like the real stuff.
You've always been good with the real stuff.
Thanks.
But you do look a lot more focused than I remember you growing up. So if you feel like you're on the right path right now, even if it's a little bit of danger, a little bit dangerous. What's a little bit of danger in life?
There's always some risk.
He has no
You want
clue
the
we fought a
reward?
But
dragon.
without risk, there's no reward, Andy. It's why I did what I did when I was younger, and I'm sure you did. You do the things you still occasionally do.
I think I might be gone a bit more. But I'll always come back. And if I don't, well,
You better
Take
come
her
back.
along.
You will. Your mom. Hold on. Let me rephrase it. You better come back. Your mom could not bear losing you again, and well, I'm glad. I'm glad I signed that paper.
Me too.
I don't want you to ever disappear from us ever again.
I very carefully give him a hug. I know he's still kind of feeling. Yeah.
And he actually hugs you. You get that like dad extra squeeze that like he
Yeah.
doesn't want to like go into the full hug, but like he hasn't. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. All right. You should rest more.
Yeah, I think your mother's manning the shop today, even though that excellent drink you had for me did wonders.
My tea. My tea.
You've always made the best tea.
All right.
All right,
I'll
son.
see you
Well,
later.
right. Sorry.
Hmm? Hmm?
Take that back. Send messages where you can,
I will do my best.
or have Janora write more letters.
She's really good at that.
Have her teach you a couple of things too. I'd like to one
I
day.
got this book actually. I show him the like, Common for Dummies book I got.
Mm.
I don't know what
Oh,
the title is,
Andy,
but it seems really good.
He's trying to
son, you're
learn to
finally
fucking.
focusing on studies. Like, I'm proud of you.
Thanks.
I told you, never
Yeah.
give up. I know everybody
Yeah.
always made fun of you, but it's something I knew you could like. If you ever need help, just come back home. I definitely want to make sure I could still help you out with that.
Thanks, Dad. Yeah, Rainn kind of inspired me. We went to the Athenaeum. I'd never seen that many books before. We got kind of lost. It was pretty cool in there, so just thought, why not try a little bit?
Your mother often gets lost in there.
It's really cool. I don't know. I'd like to know what those things say. Cool.
One thing I've learned is you will achieve anything you set your mind to, Andy. I believe in you.
Thanks.
Now, please,
Take a nap.
it's been a long night. You wouldn't believe how many
Yeah.
people try to steal from a weapons shop when your city's going to
No,
shit.
that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense, actually. I would understand. I think it's been a long night for everybody. Keep the other crossbows armed. That's a good idea, just in case.
They're hid. We have more of them. They're hidden in places you wouldn't know.
Love it.
Anyway, good
Alright.
night, Andy.
Night. It's,
Blow out the lamp on your way out.
yeah, you got it. Yeah, let's go. Close the door softly. Okay, Eileen, let's go for a walk.
All right. So you guys say goodbye to your mother, head
Yeah,
out into the city, and
Poor
where do you
kids.
end up heading?
We're gonna take a walk to the monastery. I know that the other two might take a bit, but that was also a pretty long conversation with my dad, so
Hoping for the
they,
best.
yeah, I'm hoping that maybe that was long enough, but if not, then they'll meet up with us.
Okay. All right, Rainn. You're walking with Delson hidden amongst your shadow through
Yeah,
the street.
I'm just kind of just trying to just keep a safe distance, but so I can still see her and watch over this meeting.
Okay.
Okay, you can hope that.
So as you do look outside, you remember the words. He says, "The corner building with no doors across from your friend's family shop. The illusion drops for you if you smell the sunflower growing out front. Please do not bring any of your compatriots." And you do look over directly across the break in the street that forms the alleyway that leads to the back alley of Andy's parents' house, where the entrance to the Underzista is. Right across from there, there does seem to be a building that, strangely, as you look at it, does not seem to have any door.
Is it like, does it look almost a little too obvious?
It looks honestly very common. Like nothing's particularly decorated in any particular way. It's just if you weren't looking out for it, you probably wouldn't notice that there's
So
not
it's-
supposed to be that there should be a door there.
So it's hidden. It's perfectly hidden in plain sight.
Yeah,
Okay.
the way that it's positioned, the door, it you wouldn't second guess it when if you're just casually walking through the street.
I will walk up with my two mugs. I now get to show the two mugs I grabbed, which are separate
And
jokes.
you could see just one lone sunflower just kind of like growing in like a stand outside the window.
My mugs. I will go to sniff the sunflower in a second. And my mugs are sounds like a you problem and do not disturb.
Those are the actual mugs you found in Andy's kitchen.
No, it's what Andy said. But it's not like I have those two mugs in my house. I could. Sorry, I'm gonna need you to wait an hour. I have to go screen print two new mugs just for this gag. It's
And
mainly
remember the words that I said when I said those.
one is best cat, and and whatever the other one was, my mom's a weaponsmith or not a weaponsmith. I don't know, not important joke. I go up. I will, holding my mugs, sniff the flower.
You take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, it's almost like the breath itself starts to like blur the image on the wall until a door just appears in your vision there. Delson, you don't see anything, but Rainn, you do see a door now suddenly on the wall.
I will glance up and down the street to see if anyone can see me about to open the door, just to make it look like there isn't just a woman about to walk through a wall. Ruins the
Roll a
illusion.
perception check.
Kind of fucks up the illusion there, you know? Okay, perception 17.
17. Streets are somewhat getting not to the same capacity that you normally see on a sunny, clear day without a downpour, but some semblance of busyness, to the point where things might get missed, like if just in the rainstorms and the hubbub, unless anybody's particularly looking out for you, which you don't see any prying eyes at you. You could probably slip in and nobody would notice.
Okay, I'll move into the 2 mugs, 1 hand mode and open the door and walk in.
Delson, as Rainn's walking in, what are you doing? You see Rainn just grab the wall,
I don't.
and then
I don't
her
see a
arm
door.
starts to and then her arm starts to like disappear behind like some image until the more she goes and starts closing something, she starts almost like melding into the wall.
Shit.
Just standing there. Balls.
Well, this.
You saw her sniff a flower and then pretend to open a door in a wall and then
It did-
proceed to walk through it.
Well, my plan to watch over her just went out the window. All right.
Delson's left in the street, just raiding on him.
Just standing there,
Sick.
alone.
holding his bow and be like, "I'm ready."
What do you do?
Shit.
There's options, bud.
I cast the wish spell. I see the door.
What a waste of a wish spell. And what a way to piss off General Elderick.
I don't. Do I recognize the? So the like it looked like she just walked into a wall and just vanished.
Yep, she seemed to grab the wall and then pulled and then just walked through and went through the wall.
Does that mean the door opened in, not opened out?
Have I?
Yes, opened it. In. Yep.
Have I been to this this building? Have I been to it before? Do I know
No.
where this is? I do not know where this is.
Even
Okay.
when you were employed in the Nealchi Care, General Elderick's location, his home, was not a known thing.
Very few people know where he lives.
Okay.
Characters we've met, his brother, the Queen. I think the list gets short fast after that.
I guess I will just find a spot to post up, so I keep an eye out on where she walked into the wall and just wait.
How do you want to do that? On the ground level? Do you want to climb a building? You have options.
I'm gonna climb a building. Vantage points.
Okay. You could probably find some. If you go into an alleyway, you can find like fire escape type stairs, or you can try to scale the side of a building. What do you do?
Alley.
Just like
more stealthy.
Cool. All right. Roll a stealth check.
Night. It's 2 p.m.
I am the night, bud. It's the afternoon.
24.
24. Yeah. You slip into an alleyway and you're able to stealth your way up onto a rooftop with a perfect vantage point from where the door was. And you wait.
Cool. And I will also keep an eye out for crime.
Evil! Roll a
Do I
perception
see
check.
Ne'er-do-wells afoot.
17.
17? Okay. I'll keep that in mind. Now,
Cool.
if we can take a quick 5-minute pee break.
No worries.
There.
That's what my thought was.
I might make myself some tea.
Ozzy is the time.
We'll
be back
will
in a
be
couple
back.
minutes.
to you guys roleplay it. So
They can hear us.
yes.
Ah.
I was like, I was too intense. We didn't need more.
All right. Well, jumping back into the disaster. So, Rainn, you are walking through into General Elderick's home, and he seems to live a modest yet privileged lifestyle. Looking at the inside of his house, size-wise, his home is the same as any other middle-class citizen, but you can see more security measures in place around the first entry living way. The windows seem to have some sort of enchantment that you can see only on the inside. You weren't able to see from the inside, as you can just see the ruins just faintly glowing around it. You can see there is a coat rack next to the door with swords just hanging down from them. There seems to be a fireplace, and there's a hand crossbow on a small table besides a single lounge chair in front of a lit fireplace.
I will standing kind of in the entryway, so quietly, but enough to project my voice. General?
And he'll step out. You can see in a walkway into another room. No lights on other than the fireplace that's lit right now, and the general walks out. Rainn, glad you made it out of that last night.
It was only the second hardest thing I had to deal with, so I'm doing fine.
Well, please take a seat. And
I hand him a cup of tea.
He points over to the lounge chair in front of the fireplace, and you hand him a cup of tea, and he, thank you. Which one did you hand him?
The cat person one.
Number one best cat. Yeah.
Number one best cat. Because I feel like he'd be like, this is an odd mug to have.
It's funny because his brother's a tabaxi, so.
So he's like, so he's seen the mug before. So he's like, I've gifted this to someone.
But do you sit down in the lounge chair?
I will take a glance around first because I like to know my surroundings before I settle.
Of course. So you basically walked in the front entranceway. There's a small little area where you could see the coat racks on just honestly the stand in the corner, and then immediately your living room is to the side, where the fireplace is up against the right-hand wall there. Chair right in the center of the room with a small table, and there are pretty fancy looking, like expensive paintings hanging on the wall. That's the only thing that seems above class throughout the room. And then over onto the left-hand side, that's where the entry, the walkthrough that the general went through. Your limited dark vision past the dim light of the fireplace allows you to see a little bit into there. Seems like that leads somewhere into the kitchen.
Okay. But there doesn't seem to be anything imposing or dangerous in the area, besides the weapons on the rack, which is whatever.
Not anything that seems threatening. You can see those like defenses up around the swords, the crossbows, things like that, but no other traps or anything that seems odd.
Okay. What is the general wearing as I sit down?
So he actually, you can see he has the chain shirt on. Normally he's wearing like a full plate armor at that point, but he seems even in his house he does wear some sort of armor, just some with better maneuverability around. Other than that, he did.
It'd be very funny if it was like a bathrobe but a chain shirt.
No, he's not that type of general. But
I want one now. I've made that decision, both as a person and as Rainn.
His son, maybe.
Oh. But yeah, he just in a chain shirt. He's still got like armored padding around his legs, but not like the full plate armor from there.
Okay. I'm gonna sit down. Did you know that Andricia's parents across the street are working with one of the parishioners of magic to make automatic crossbows that fire via command?
I know that the cantrips. I'm gonna call it cantrips creations. I can't remember if that's it. It sounds like, if I feel like it's slightly off, but there's
You like
companies.
alliteration, so sounds on brand for you.
I'll correct it next session if I am wrong. It will be like the first thing. I'll be like, "Fuck! I figured it out. I was this close." But cantrips creations. He says, I'm assuming if it's a business, probably Cantrips Creations. I know they have started to branch out with certain businesses affiliated with the city. They are one of the preferred providers of weapons to the Nialchukare Armory, so wouldn't surprise me if they were starting to get new prototypes for us.
Yeah, they seem neat.
Well, I'm sure that's probably in a briefing on my desk somewhere, but
One of dozens, I assume, based on the night.
yes, that'll have to wait. I'm assuming you have questions, as do I, but your questions are long overdue, so you can start.
Me first? Oh.
I think answers to your questions. I think these answers are for questions you've had for a very long time.
I guess the first one is, what the fuck?
You killed him.
And
Sorry,
the DM
I
had
heard
to leave.
After the what the fuck, just yes, that's very fair.
I kind of stare into the fire a little bit. A little, dazed isn't the right word, but we're going to use that because I'm too lazy to think of the right word.
We
Associated.
don't. We
Yeah,
don't know.
she kind of is disassociating, like, man, because she's trying to think of every question she could have, which is a lot. She has 20 years of questions.
We didn't know what happened to you.
Who's the one that fucked that one up, I guess?
That would be my brother, Broderick.
Has he made amends in some other way? Besides me, obviously. That part, he can't solve that one.
Well, his reputation has been tarnished for the past 2 decades. Nobody remembers anything that he did except lose the Cinderheart's child.
Okay, I guess I'll take that.
Currently trying to make a name for himself away from that tragedy over in Lidris.
Well, luckily most of the people in Madrid probably don't know much about that, so I guess that's easier there.
Fresh start.
Yes.
He brought you to. I told him to bring you to the orphanage. Which one? Hold on.
Brian's like, I gotta read my notes.
I have all of them documented. These are important things not to mess up.
Yeah, I know.
I told him to bring you to the orphanage, the New Beginnings. It is one of the top, and they failed us that night. They have no record of you being checked out. There's no break-in, no signs of anything. It's gone.
Well, yeah. Someone really, really above either of our stature is who decided that I need to go away. So that's unsurprising.
The evidence led us to believe that you woke up in the middle of the night, confused, dazed, ran off and died in the streets.
Yeah, well, I didn't.
I don't know if it means anything, but I am glad you survived.
I am as well. Though it was definitely it was a lot, sir. It was a lot.
I can imagine.
And I'm not going to regale you or bore you because parts of it are both of everything that's happened. Maybe one day, between a couple drinks and us not having to do real responsibilities for a day, maybe we'll talk about it. Rainn then stands up a little bit and sets her mug down. Is there like a little counter next to the
Yes,
chair?
it has a crossbow on it.
Okay. She carefully, around the crossbow, sets her mug down. And stands up and stares into the fire with her back more facing Elderick, probably like a nice half turn, so it's not fully.
May I ask you what you were doing there last night? Were you truly just a Martathas's date?
Well, that was definitely part of it. But there was more, but it's honestly not important for right now. Part of it was also socializing, you know. I turned back to him. I have no statue. I have nothing. Well, I guess now I do, but from where I was, the only thing to claw for scraps is to go to a party like that. So I did that a lot at the party. That's why I tried to even leverage talking to you when you were talking to the man from the Grove. Oh, I'm forgetting his name.
Catastrophe. Zavros.
Yes. Councilman Catastrophe.
You're kicking yourself for forgetting Catastrophe.
Well, no, I'm playing as Rainn, so this is the first time she met that man. So
That's
she's like,
fair. That's fair.
I'm playing it up. I am role-playing, Brian.
Okay.
Because Rainn was the first time she's ever heard the name in her life.
Zavros Catastrophe.
Yeah. Because I don't even think he said his name when they first ran into each other by accident.
Mm-hmm.
So I was there for a lot of that. So I was trying to meet people, make deals, support Delson in his endeavor.
Well, you definitely became known after last night.
Yeah, I
just not who you truly are.
Not yet. So what are we going to do about that?
Well, the politics of it all is going to be complicated. Are you wanting to come public?
Not right this second. I have some affairs I need to get in order before the public eye is on me. I'm sure, especially the first couple days, especially if it's somehow announced by the Queen or someone who's an associate of my parents, that would be pretty big. So I'm currently trying to move apartments to a more secure location. I'm dealing with that, trying to get any other small affairs of some previous less than desirable business acquaintances I had. Trying to get away from those.
If you need to have any extra protection, I can have a squad placed outside wherever you go.
I don't think we're there just yet. But I think after the announcement, we might be there for the first couple weeks until we can see what the machinations of this giant group of nobles wants from my existence. Because people wanted a little girl dead. They're too cowardly to kill me. They just hoped I'd rot. But
I always
clearly,
feared that somebody did take you from there, but there was no evidence. Do you remember what
no, I wasn't.
exactly happened?
I don't remember that night at all. I don't know if they used magic. I don't know if I was just asleep. It was a long night. I'd stayed up way past when I normally would stay up, because the help found it odd that no one had come home yet, whether it be my parents or my friends' parents to check in on me. No one showed up until very late at night, well past midnight, I think. So I slept. I was out when I went to bed. When they finally were able to put me to bed, I don't remember until I woke up in the morning and asked, because it didn't look like the place I was. Where am I? And from there, the orphanage people just treated me like a nameless orphan. It was worse than that, but I don't really want to talk about it. At that point, she does sit back down after she says that.
He kind of just like turns to the wall next to him and leans against it and like hits the wall, and you can hear under his breath, "Damn Roderick. I shouldn't have trusted him with that. I should have brought you there myself. I should have watched you myself. I was trying to become not the general, but your parents' knights. I failed them and you that night, Rainn. I'm sorry."
I wish sorry made up for all of it. It will never will, but that's okay. Ish. I don't know.
I supported your parents, and to make up for my brother in my own blunder, I I can help you. Anything
Well,
you need.
that would be helpful. As I do want to go public, but I want to do some things in the background first. I want to try and get in contact with some of my parents' old allies if they're still trustworthy. I don't know. I'm not in that high of the scene anymore. I know a lot about the Undersister, a lot about how a lot of the crime syndicates and less than legal, but not necessarily criminal enterprises run in the city, but I know very little about the very high class anymore. Besides what's public information.
Well,
I don't know who to trust.
I wonder that on some days.
Am I to trust you, General?
I will not let anything happen like that again.
Because things in the city are a mess, and I can't pretend that I'm not like my parents. You're not getting a little girl who's going to be quiet. You're getting someone just as loud as they are. You're getting probably parts of the best and worst qualities of both of them. I can be bitter, I can be angry and aggressive and serious. I can be kind, I can be generous. I don't know where I want to put at this, what I want from all of this. But I want to make change. Positive change. I'm not pushing against the status quo of what the people have and such, but a betterment of where we're at. You can see what's happening in the streets. You can see how quickly the city devolved into chaos by just a simple bad storm. Yes, it was more than that, but think of any kind of event like this and they immediately begin looting, begin ransacking, attacking, killing, raping. All these things happened that night. I found a family by accident while trying to travel back that had been murdered in their sleep by a random person and left a kid to suffer like I did as a child. Things need change, and I don't know what the solve is with them 100% yet. I'm going to take time to stalk and understand the situation better, but things need to change. The people are upset, and the city's about to go through something that is going to be a lot for the people. And the nobility are going to try and let the people just suffer in it.
Roll a persuasion check.
Need to put up my character sheet again. That is an unnatural 20.
It's our girl.
Could have asked it to be intimidation by just yelling more, but
I see your mother's fire in you. And your father's focus.
yeah, I told you, best and worst.
They wanted to positively impact the city as well. And I believe they were going to.
I think so, too. That's why they were liked. Besides actually giving back, I know not many upper families gave back. Good job, Kat. Great time for you to be here. This is a very serious conversation
Lucky?
about.
Hi, Mia.
Hi, Mia. We're talking about the death of someone's parents, the people, the torture the people the city goes
He's
through.
just like, pet
Me.
me.
She has no clue the serious conversation we're having, and that's okay. She doesn't
Only you
need to.
could teleport her. I would pet her so much right now.
Oh my god, teleporting cats. We'll have that before we die, hopefully.
Oh, that would be frightening, but awesome. You never know if there's a cat in the room with you. You never know. You never can be certain anymore. It's
Schrodinger's cat. New Schrodinger's cat.
Okay, that's proof of AD&D. ADHD and D. Like
ADHD and D.
I got so excited about the cat. I'm really sorry. Continue your very serious scene.
We just saw a cat and lost it.
Well, no, I saw the cat beginning to go. I'm like, someone's
really
gonna say something. I'll
that.
just take control and say the joke now instead of wait.
This is the great content you get over here at Nat Disaster.
Yeah,
we're professionals.
We're in our homes, guys. Things to distract us. That's why you'll see someone walk in and talking to me. I'm like, sorry, mute. I have to answer the question.
We see Andrew's mom walking in the background.
Yeah, handing him candy. Here, do you want candy? He's like, I don't know.
All right. Scene.
There's a lot going on. It's going to be a lot. I know my parents' stature was not insanely high, but most people in their place didn't give back, didn't interact with the people, didn't try and raise them up. Not that I want to disturb any status quos that would harm the Queen or the loyalty of what we are as a people. As people from Zista, as the Stallions. But it's a city that needs help. It's my city. From my understanding, from all my memories as a kid, where am I supposed to be? What was my role that my parents saw in me as a child? Now I begin to notice the small details of pictures and things I kind of blank and be like, is there a statue of me? Because it's one in nature's direction, right?
One was erected in your honor. Where your parents lived well when they conceived you.
That's wild.
The statue was erected in the apartment complex where they where they lived. Your parents hoped you would be the bridge between nobility and the people. They planned to send you to schools all throughout the city to learn from every environment and see beyond the life of nobility that they were birthing you into, the part of the city that they grew up in.
That's kind of wild. Because I've learned so much about the people. More than what they thought was ever going to teach me. I've watched them die. I've watched them suffer. I've watched them be beaten by their own and by, unfortunately, members of the Guard. I've watched bad shit happen. I've watched great shit happen. I've watched parties. I've gone to parties. Insane, amazing things that probably weren't legal, but we won't ever talk about that part. So I guess, even after that, I guess I succeeded there. I learned my people.
Do you think you could ever be the bridge that your parents hoped you to be? Is that something you hope to acquire again? The status that they had?
Yes. General, of all things I can say about myself, about who I am, and I know some people struggle with roles they're given as a child. Many nobles get stuck with shitty roles. They say, oh, you're the guy in charge of the trash. That's your whole job, is you're the trash guy. You're in charge of all the trash people. But I want to serve. I know where I was supposed to stand. I like the spinning around, Brian. Real good for such a serious conversation.
I had to get Xander. Xander was intimidating me. Yeah, they're fun.
I was born to stand on stages. I was born to stand along the queen. I was born to be something. I was born to be a part of something much more than what I am now. Which is kind of sad to say, General, all I am is a middle-level kind of criminal who sometimes does odd jobs that are legal, sometimes does them that are illegal. I just make ends meet. And that's not what I'm supposed to be doing. I want to serve my people. I want to serve my city. I want to protect my city. I want to save my city from the insane, unpredictable, and dangerous things that are about to happen to it because of time's alignment.
Time's alignment?
It's happening again, General.
Hold on. Guys! Peace and love, not war.
Nah, they knew I was about to
Alright.
talk about the giant war that was about to happen.
Go, Xander. Hi, Mia. Good job defending yourself. Okay. Cat Dad. Say that sentence once more.
The end of the sentence, because I can't remember the entire
Yes,
thing, is
just
essentially
the end.
saying,
Just the end.
time's alignment is happening, General.
Oh yeah, and he said, time's alignment. That was long ago in the past.
It's happening again.
How do you know?
I myself have been shown things by the gods, as have friends of mine, as well as there are rumors amongst the intelligent communities I frequent. Things are changing, things are getting more dangerous. I'm sure you've obviously heard of it, being one of the senior members of the God.
There are a lot of rumors from outside the city as well. How conditions are changing amongst the kingdom.
apparently, have I been told that about the champions yet? No, I've read that in the book about the champions. Now I'm trying to remember what I
like
know.
the times alignment champions, like
Yeah.
the.
And I
Oh yeah,
have,
everybody knows about those heroes.
Okay.
They don't know much about them, but they know
but
those heroes.
have I had the conversation about? I've heard about the Misfits, but I don't know if they are that group. Correct?
Yeah, you don't have an assumption that they are times alignment. You've just heard this group thrown around, and it seems like they're doing some like something that might be related to it.
Okay.
You don't know if they're the next
The
heroes,
champions. Okay, got
but
it. No, I got it. I got my scripting then. Got it. The gods are supposedly going to begin picking their champions if they haven't already. I have no clue about that. You know the old stories of the original, but apparently it's beginning. The gods are speaking out more.
one struck down an individual in the Church of the Awakened Few the other day.
Who did he piss off? Or did we not know?
It was in front of the display for Tyval.
I think in the stories he is the more vindictive one when you piss him off.
Run that back. Run that back. I missed that. What was that?
Somebody got struck by Tyvor within the
Ivor smited
smoked?
someone.
like
Yeah,
a
just
smite,
Somebody
like
was
a smite.
smoked?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
In the church.
Ivor went,
Smoked.
no, and zapped someone.
Buddy.
Love you, Matt.
Yeah. Call back to Matt. You guys have never seen him, but we've talked about it before.
He said it was recently. He said it was like this week.
A couple days ago.
Yeah, it was a couple days ago. I know this. I have to delete that information. Rainn doesn't know that till now. Now I know that.
I'm writing it in my notes, but Andy does.
That's okay.
There does. I've heard rumors of more involvement of the gods.
Naira contacted me.
Yeah.
His not caring. Huh?
He's gonna look and is that what that crown is all about?
Oh yeah, I'm wearing that. She's
still not used to it.
It's light enough where she hasn't realized it's in her hair. Like, it doesn't like bother her a lot. But she's like, oh yeah.
The general saw you without that, and then the night went to hell, and you came up with the crown.
I'd be like, yes, she guided me to it. I don't know if it's actually for me or not.
One problem at a time.
He's just like, fuck, God, this girl's a mess.
At least the dragon disappeared in the middle of the night.
Oh, did he actually kill one of the Dais? Because my understanding from all the rumors I heard is that's all he really wanted. Did he kill Daihanata? Or did he fail? I'm realizing I sound quite rude. I'm not Daihanata's biggest fan. Dice! 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 Dice!
Die!
Dice!
Natural one.
He's dead! Bitch! I hate that fucker!
That bitch is dead!
Daihanata was listed as one amongst the casualties. The rest of his family survived.
Well, that's good.
Well, hopefully his... I don't know if that actually will help them or not, from what I've heard how messed up they are.
The dragon then flew somewhere towards the Lightning Scar mountain range.
I've been trying to... It's only been a couple hours. I will try and reach into the depths of the intelligence. I wonder if any of... Because I heard that people were going to try and break into the gala. I wonder if anyone happened to catch the dragon's name.
Any information you can pull from what happened last night, I'll keep it under the radar. secret source.
Mhm.
We're still trying to piece everything together. So if you know,
I don't know much now,
I'm
but I
not.
can figure it out.
I'm not gonna send you to jail, Rainn. So
Yeah,
anything you know is
that
secret.
wouldn't that be counterproductive of our entire ordeal here?
Just wanted to make sure that was clear.
As stated, some stories are for later, some stories are for now. Are your
Well,
hand raised?
My hand is raised, yeah.
Okay.
Just a note, I'm pretty sure that Brian as Greasefleur did shout his physical name at the gala. I'm pretty sure when he was flying above everybody, he was like, "Or punishes the weak," or some shit like that. Just a note.
I'll have to go back and listen.
Yeah, now
I'm pretty sure he shouted his name above everybody.
that might okay, if that's the case then we'll
I just want
we'll
you to
check
know.
the
I was
canon
like,
on
I think
that
so.
and leave it vague for now.
Mhm.
We'll double
That's
check
it.
that
That's
canon
my only
later.
note. Continue.
We'll check. We have the notes. We'll check them later.
I also have written in my notes,
Oh.
Die Hanada, and then in all caps, dead as fuck. Just so you guys should know.
That was hold on. I want to take a picture of that one that determined Dai
So
Hanada's fate.
good. He deserves to die. He's a bitch.
I learned a whole
Ah.
bunch of his voice for no reason.
His kids were kind of cool.
One of his kids is a drug addict.
Yeah, but they got me good info.
Intelligence A+. But yeah, they might need to go to rehab.
It was more that I listened in on their conversation. They're not very good at keeping secrets.
General says, so you have a couple of things to deal with first, but do you want to get everything, all of your affairs in order, gather any intel you can, and we can meet back in a couple of days?
That should work, General. I guess I technically have more questions, but I guess some of them can wait, definitely.
Well, it seemed that you said you didn't want to come out in public yet, so it seemed like you had a couple affairs to get in order.
Oh, I most definitely do. As well as a couple people who need to know before the public knows. Friends, near family.
Is
Even
there
though
anybody we should keep extra eyes on once you go
Yes,
public?
absolutely. The most important to keep an eye on is Zan from the Angel Ears Tavern. He's a former god who now runs a successful tavern. Keep an eye on his family, him, his wife, who lives with him. He has two daughters who I'm not sure where they're studying, but they're clerics. They study as clerics. And his son is in the god. I became close with them after some stuff happened. Rainn does trace the scar down her face as she says that.
Yes, I know Zan. I know his place. Good man. Loyal
Great
soldier.
man. But keep him safe. I don't know how public it is, how close our friendship is, and he's probably the closest thing to a father figure I had after my dad. So keep an eye on him.
I know they're planning to
Move soon,
change
yes.
locations, yes, into apparently somewhere within what was it? It was they're in Ascension Square right now. Yeah, they were getting a 1 and 2 Divinity's Overlook.
Yeah.
I can definitely make sure we oversee that, make sure nothing bad happens during the transition, and we can keep eyes on certain individuals if need be.
Yeah. Also keep an eye out. I think they can take care of themselves. Andries should be fine, but it's pretty public we're friends. We are publicly together, obviously, during the gala. I don't know how. I hope it does not negatively affect his stature within the monastery, knowing that one of his closest friends is a noble-ish. I don't know exactly where my stature will sit once we announce. And I guess that's the second one of the questions I'll have in a second. Keep an eye on Delson. I know he's with his family, but his father and him do not like each other. They hate each other, actually. Delson hates his father. And I worry about his actions. And I recommend, if something were to happen to Delson's father, it not be looked into as hard as it should. He's not a good man.
Okay, he rolled after. He's basically saying like he thinks that you know something there is.
I'm not lying. I'm telling the dead truth.
Yeah, I know he's trying to look into like exactly what you're saying, like hinting at from there.
Let's see if you can read in between the lines of that almost obvious sentence.
Yes, but if there is anything, any wrongdoings he's a part of, it's going to be tricky now that he has descended, or his family is in the process of descension.
I agree. I don't
right
know.
Now, there is going to be a heavy God presence around all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Because they are. The process can be tricky when a family goes down. Jealousy. People will try to strike out at the family, so we do typically put extra protection out for them.
Okay. Because I don't have the full story. One day I'm going to have Delson explain it to you, because he actually was there and is a witness. I don't know if he's willing to. I don't know if he trusts you that heavily. I'll try and convince him. But Delson's father did some sketchy shit. And might be the fault of several people to be murdered and killed. Maybe not directly by his hands, but by indirect payment towards a hitman or such. I just stated, I don't remember all the details. We talked about it a couple nights ago.
Is there anything concrete?
I believe Delson has concrete evidence from what I remember talking to him about.
So, we'll have him meet with me at some point in the near future.
Because I know Delson wants to deal with it himself because that's who he is. But I think the man should go get justice proper, and the public should know who he was.
If he has hard evidence against his father, then that I can run with, but I can't make any actions against that family unless it's concrete at the time.
I wouldn't even do it till they finish their dissension. I don't think Delson's going to play nice because he wants his mother and sister to have a good life. He cares about them very deeply. So I think the dissension will go very smoothly. It will be how his father treats him in the next couple months if they get aggressive towards each other. They don't like each other. It's just the facts. But I will have Delson talk to you. And maybe it can be brought to light after they get settled. I know now I feel like an asshole royal saying, oh, the matter shouldn't come public until blah, blah, blah. She says it in the higher pitched accent. She's like, feels like the people that I sometimes hate, but it's what's best for that family. My aunt is a good person. She has issues, but she's not a bad person. And my cousins are not bad people. They're good people. Does this click that does he remember that we're cousins?
He doesn't question anything like verbally, but what's your passive insight? 10 plus your
11.
insight. You can't.
Okay, that's
see
fine.
Anything. So for those at home, yes, the gears click in that moment as Rainn's talking, and he remembers the family tree at that point. So
that's fine.
It's been 2 decades since he really.
Yeah, this is not something you need to save in his brain long term anymore. He's like, they're dead. Not my problem anymore, unfortunately.
Do we remember what we knew when we were all collectively 7 or 8 years old?
Nope, I was reading books about Mr. Big and Mr. Little and Mr. Those. I remember that. That's it.
If there is ever justice done for any wrongdoings he may have done, then it would only be upon himself. We can't affect the public opinion of a family if one of them falls further than dissension. It's kind of like the term made for like rising, like the rising high and then falling like fast afterwards. If you descended and you fall further.
Yeah, beyond dissension. I get it. We've made like 3 anecdotes for this world this session. Cute Popper.
I like you,
beyond dissension. I'm sure there's at least one more that we've made a colloquialism for. General, where did my family stand before they passed? I don't know because I was too young to fully understand what was going on. I was barely old enough to fully remember my family's last name, to even write it all the time. So I was not aware of what a situation. I just know things were happening when I was little. When I was right before they died, lots was happening. My parents had lots of business meetings. There was lots of seeing the Queen. There's lots of all of that. Lots of people who I did not know were over at the house.
Your mother had gained the title of the Queen's official translator, almost like her aide by her side anywhere she needs to go when it's important. Any meetings with other nations. And your father, he was beginning to create something that was lost in his death. Something to mass produce news to the masses. I wish I had seen the blueprints. I only heard what he said in his mind. He didn't even get the first edition out, but I heard he was planning to do so soon.
I'm sure it's somewhere.
They were important figures in the city. Only in the past couple of years, they like I said, they were still within the rings of the city when you were still with your mother. They descended quite literally right before you were born. Or sorry, oh my god, sorry, to Divinity's Overlook, not descended. Like, they went to Divinity's Overlook there first, and then they descended a little bit after at that point, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, they descended around her first birthday, essentially.
Yep, sorry. Messed up the timelines there. We moved to Divinity's Overlook first, then it took time, and then got the island down there. Cool, sorry. I lost my train of thought, but that is where that's what your parents were doing around that time. Sorry.
How independently wealthy am I?
Well, I would have to look for official numbers, but your mother made a lot from her job. I'd say in the God, how do you say it? So millionaire, billionaire. What is the equivalent in D&D?
It'd still be the same thing because it's a quantity of gold.
Of the gold, so a lot in a family would be probably.
Can I go run to the bathroom real quick?
Yeah.
My stomach has just told me I'm not good. Yeah, my stomach just went No. So I'll be right back.
Okay. Quick break.
We have returned. I apologize for my slight intestinal distress.
It happens, bro.
How dare you?
I usually never have
Why
this
are you
happen.
doing
In
that
the
on
past 2 days,
internet?
not been good. I don't care.
Oh,
Well,
let's go.
How independently wealthy am I? That was the question I asked before, you know.
I think at least 500,000 gold strong.
Wow. Okay, well, that works. Do I still own the house?
Technically, since the house burnt down, I mean, the deed is still out there somewhere. For the island, the island itself, but nobody's taken claim to it since. If one could find the deed, then one
The
can
deed is
claim.
somewhere safe. No matter how well they burnt that house, I guarantee important things like that were locked well away.
If you needed access down there, I can probably supply a secretive Duna platform.
I think I need to do that before we go public. Because the risk of people fully knowing I'm alive means they might try and go after the house again if there's still something useful there.
We could arrange for some time in the next day or so.
Yes. Maybe we'll do it.
Would you like me to accompany you?
Yes, just in case, as the wiser of those who dislike clearly my family probably already figured it out. I'm very sure that I'm forgetting his name. The people who own all the fucking Galloways. I remember the senior Galloway's name though. That not in my head, but the main family name I remember.
Do you want me to find that real quick? I can find it in like
You don't need to find it
30
real quick.
seconds. Okay.
Mr. Galloway, we'll just say that.
Mhm.
The senior Galloway. I'm very sure he clocked me.
I love it. Vicky's just like, I might have it in here somewhere.
If Vicky gets in the next couple minutes, we'll put it out there. I'm
Cool.
very
We just have Die Galloway written down.
okay.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'm
I don't think we have his first
very
name.
sure that he clocked me.
Good to know.
As I believe I also need to meet with what's her name? Duchess, the same girl who's around the same age as me, the pink tiefling girl. Who's tiefling, right? I was right.
Mhm.
I remember her when we were little. I don't remember everything. I don't remember her name. It's gone to time. I remember her. I remember her face when we were little.
He was there outside for a second. He was there. It was you. It was him,
Councilman.
Zavros, and her.
Yep.
And then he disappeared. Okay. Just wanted to make sure I was remembering correctly. Back
Yep.
in.
He is well aware that she clocked Rainn and was like, not right now.
Yes, you two were acquainted. I can possibly also arrange that.
I think we should meet before. If was her father one of my father's allies or friends?
The families were allied.
Like how close? Do you know?
But I think it best to have her explain everything to you.
Okay. So we can trust her. That's the most important part of this. We can trust her.
As I trust you.
Okay. Because I know in this city loyalties can sometimes be paid and bought for. But true loyalty is the importance of beyond that, saying beyond money, because money's great. I'm happy that I now am independently wealthy, apparently. But loyalties of friends, of actual allies, someone you can trust and rely on. That is where you believe us to be.
Well, I'd like to get to know the woman you've become more, but if you're anything like your parents and what you've displayed here today, then yes.
Okay. Because it's a city that's sometimes hard to trust people. I've been betrayed more times than I would like to say. It's... She gently touches a scar across her lip. It's been hard.
I owe protecting you to your parents.
Thank you.
And to make up for my failure that night as well.
Well, at least I made it. So, General, you'll succeed in different ways. We will succeed in different ways. Not what we ever planned, not how our lives were meant to align.
Boy. The city, the whole landscape of the city seems to have changed overnight.
Yeah, that is an understatement. Having elementals flow through the apartment building you're about to live in is a little disconcerting.
The future's a little bit uncertain, but we have work to do.
Well, there's some certainties in it. Time's alignment will happen. The warriors of the gods will come upon us, and we will be greeted by them. And the world's going to get really messy, and we're not going to get to relax for the next several years. But we'll
we
keep our
better start
city safe.
planning.
Yes.
All right. Well, I told them I was going to be in late today. I think I deserved it.
Rainn smiles and laughs like, you did. She re-grabs the mug that she had left behind before and finishes the tea.
But I do need to get out there.
General, go protect our city.
He goes and
she says that with like a regal, not demanding, but like with some authority to it.
Mm-hmm. He ends up hitting a switch in the wall that he's been leaning on, flips around, and you can see his plate mail armor there. And starts putting it on. And no. My brain was about to have him say, feel free to stay in here.
He would not say that. He'd be like, get the fuck out of my house.
But then I was like, no. He's not giving her full access to his house.
That's a bad. He's like, wait. She says a criminal. Do not let her be in here by herself.
She literally just confessed to being a criminal in his presence.
That was one of my tests for him. If he immediately arrested me, I was like, well, bitch. Well, bitch. I'm fucked, guys.
If you need, I can lend you one of my umbrellas.
Oh, no, I'm fine. I have a hood. And she shows the hood.
They have very weird clothed umbrellas and everything. It's not like the ones we know today, but
yeah, I said I'm pretty sure the waterproof leather hood I have is better than it. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I'm good.
All right, well,
General, if you need to find me, separate of if I'm around the city, it'll be harder. I'm now living at the apartment building Delson owns. I picked the third floor, right?
Mm-hmm. No, the penthouse, fourth.
Oh, I probably. Okay. Okay.
You can afford it.
I can. This is a temporary accommodation until I get my house fixed.
Yeah.
Where'd all your gold go? I had to rebuild my house. Delson. You assholes burnt it down.
Delson, lock her into a 12-month lease.
It's gonna take more than 12 months to fix that goddamn house. Like, the house is fucked up, man. It burnt a lot.
Gotta milk her for all she's worth.
All right. So the general sees you outside, and
I take his mug. I make sure I don't leave Andricia's
Mm-hmm.
mugs. I now realize I now go to the shop to bring the mugs back.
Delson, you see Rainn leave the building and walk across the street over to Andy's parents' shop. Do you do anything as she walks over, or do you just watch her go in and let her come out?
I watch her come out. Does she come out of the same hole in the wall that she walked in?
You see the general and her just magically appear through that wall. General nods to her, and then he walks off into the road, and Rainn, holding two mugs, walks in the rain, like kind of fast, over to the
I don't walk
sharpened
that
top.
fast. My mug's empty and he's not finishing his tea. It does not matter.
Okay, no. I will make my way down and just make my way back to Andy's parents' shop.
As you are heading down, you see a couple thugs approaching on a pedestrian walking through the alley.
No, Delson literally just
Literally right below you, like hooded up, pushed up with daggers. And they're holding up against the wall right here at dagger point. The person is basically just like slowly coming and taking all their belongings off and handing it over to them.
Is this visible from where I'm walking?
No, not at your angle, because he was in an alley to the side.
Want to throw a mug at someone.
So I see this as I look to go down the building, and I'm looking down at them.
Yep.
What's the height difference? How tall is the building I'm staying on top of?
You notice as you're at the third story. It's about like a 4-story building. So you went like one flight down, and then you noticed 3 flights down.
Okay. So I will literally just
jumping sword attack, jumping sword attack, jumping sword attack, jumping sword attack.
They look up.
And there'll just be an arrow aimed at them.
They freeze and like they don't know what to do at that point.
And as the arrow is aimed at them, my echo will just split off for me, and now there's just 2 of me aiming arrows at them.
They roll an intimidation check.
Yeah, that deserves that. That is badass, as they say.
Not great.
With advantage because you're
because there's
shadow
2 of you.
Even worse. Cool.
I
15. 15.
15. That's enough for these 2 with daggers to have enough sense to drop them and run off into the alley around. The person kind of gets up. A couple of their belongings they dropped as they ran away, and they pick them up. They look at you and, "Thank you, Shadow."
I'll just nod and then.
Where do you
You never saw me.
You are on the third. You are on a fire escape on the 3rd level. Where do you? Do you jump in the person's house? Do you run up? Do you shoot an arrow and go away?
Well, no. I will use a rope arrow and just go across the street,
like onto the rooftop.
Onto the rooftop of Andy's parents' shop. Just.
All right, and you are on the rooftop of the Sharpened Touch, and Rainn, you hear a thunk on the roof, and then just see Delson.
Thud.
That's how you go to jail. That's how you.
And that is where we are going to end tonight's session.
Nice.
That's how you go to jail.
I'm over here busy like announcing I'm a criminal to the general, and I'm like, I'm gonna shoot an arrow across the street in public.
Andrew,
swing
roll
like
one
Batman.
stealth check as you swing over there to do it stealthily. Last thing of the game.
Yeah.
You have advantage with your cloak.
Dirty 20.
Dirty. As you land down, slink down, hood off, you are now just stealthing again.
Cool.
All right, guys. Session 48 done.
Told you we're gonna hit
I
50.
think we're doing 50. I think 50's the last.
Yeah, 'cause we have
we
to-
should make.
Yeah, because we have to go to the monastery.
Monastery, and then
Yeah.
then the docks, and then the statue of Rainn as a little girl. Those are the only three last things that you guys have planned for this day, other than Andy's date.
Yeah.
We'll see what goes on with that.
He's probably not going to be there. If we're being honest, he's busy.
I
mean, Andy will show up because he doesn't stand people up.
we'll
But
see
I assume
if
that guard
he
might not be
survives.
there.
We'll see if he survived the night, possibly. You don't know.
Oh, I realized I didn't ask.
He's not dead. I just mean he's probably busy. He's a guard.
Okay,
There was a dragon attack.
I'm sure they're doing overtime. I mean, like...
All right. Well, thank you all for coming. We will see you for session 49 and probably 50 until the next disaster. Good night.
Good night.